It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, October 14th, 2024, and we are coming to you live. Anybody do anything fun this week? Holy smokes. What a weird weekend it is. Stand by. I have to log into my computer for the first time today.
You got all the right buttons over there?
I don't know. Do I? There we go. Mike Olivero is here with us today.
Good morning.
Galvin is in Vegas. I keep waiting to get a call from Galvin. Sorry, guys. I hit the big one. I'm not coming back.
Dude, did you see his son?
Yeah.
Yeah, his son first pull got a grand on a slot machine.
Like, you go home then, right?
It's over.
From Vegas? That. Yeah, you can't do anything.
I hate it. I hate that he wins all the time now. I'm getting to the point now where it just annoys me.
That's why you lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just jealous.
Yep.
Can I tell you on Saturday, I did go to the Hard Rock Saturday night in the middle of the hurricane.
I saw that.
We were bored. Hold on, stand by.
At the time, I did think that's a questionable decision.
Well, here's the thing: I had nothing to do and no power and nowhere to go, so we just went to the Hard Rock. I didn't know what were my options to sit here in the dark.
The thing I was thinking was somebody that notoriously on a regular day has been known to run out of gas.
Yes.
Is now driving all over Tampa Bay when there's a massive gas shortage.
I will tell you that at the point we went to the Hard Rock, I had almost a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
My wife also had a full tank of gas. By the time we got there, I had lost a quarter of the tank, and they all of a sudden got gas across the street from the Hard Rock at the racetrack or whatever's over there. And there were so many cops there. And it was a complete melee, and I was like, I'm just going home. I'm not even trying.
When I saw there was a run on gas, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I've got gas. I'm not going to waste gas just driving around and just going to the casino and to go and just exploring the town.
I know Chad kept wanting to go out.
Yeah,
and
I was so bored.
I wanted to go see stuff, but luckily we went a mile up the road. That's how far Chamberlain's from our house.
Right.
Just to see, he had to check on his field. And then basically just the surrounding area. And it was a maze getting out of our place to any normal road. So after we left once, I was like, I'm not leaving. And
so Dan Conley and his family stayed here when the storm hit. Then they left the next day to go check on their house, and they couldn't get out of the roundabout because a tree fell by the roundabout. They had to turn around and go back out the back entrance because they couldn't get through here. Trees were just uprooted all through this place. That's the one thing. This is the most amazing thing to come out of a Tropicana field. Tropicana field not having a roof is see, I told you they should have gave me that jersey.
They should.
I said, dear hurricane gods. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's awful.
I was very surprised that the plastic roof on the old outdated stadium everybody hates fell off.
It's supposed to withstand winds of 115 miles an hour, though.
115. Yeah, 115, but nobody counted on 150 or 170 or whatever we were supposed to get.
I think it was cheap.
Yeah, I think once it hit 85, they should have been concerned. I mean, that thing was built in 1990.
Yeah.
No redo on any of that stuff. Come on.
Also, please stop sending me the joke. Well, they wanted an outdoor stadium. Now they have one. Every day I'm getting it. I go, do you think you're the first person to think of that? And do you think you're the first person to email it to me afterwards? I have to, if I see something, this is a process you should all go through. If I see a thing that I want to comment on, I look at the comments and I see, is this too easy? Are there other comments that say that in there? And I look through them, and if I don't see them in the first couple of seconds, then I'll leave my comment. Sometimes I look at some and I go, oh, yep, everybody had the same idea, and I just let it go.
And something I taught Chad is you can see who likes it because he'll send me memes and reels of things that I've liked and I've shared with him, and then he sends it back to me. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. That's how I know you don't look at my stuff. One.
I don't look at my wife's ones. I just heart what she sends me.
Yep.
Because she's like, the only way I can know if you thought so I just heart it.
I don't care that, but he double sends me stuff. And I'm like, you son of a bitch.
We are a family that only exchanges dog videos and stuff about couples hating each other. I mean, like, it's like things that we've been together so long we hate each other memes.
Right.
That's what we got.
We do a lot. We do challenges too on top of that. Like ones that we can try. And I'm always like, so am I the guy or girl in this situation? It's always like picking people up. And I'm like, Chad, you can't pick me up. So am I doing that to you?
Pick you up.
Yeah. He winces though.
Yeah.
It's not easy for him.
That's how you can tell how heavy you are, how Asian the eyes get.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're in the Thai range, you're okay. If you go straight Japanese, you need to get on the treadmill.
Listen, I was using him for a workout bar. I put him on my back and was squatting with him.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
It was crazy seeing him play quarterback for the Saints yesterday. That was wild.
Oh, that guy. What's that guy's deal? Is he albino?
I don't know what's going on.
Rattler, whatever his name is?
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he
I don't know what's
albino?
going on. Yeah.
He's got something going on.
Yeah. He had no eyebrows, though. All I can think about Chad the whole game.
Yeah. Well, nothing's worse. There's another quarterback that has no eyebrows that everybody sends me all the time.
Oh, the dude from the Cardinals, I think? Yeah.
Yeah. I get that a lot. So, we're here, and I understand that Love Tiger called you on Friday, Mike Olivero,
He did.
and said that, he's in the hospital again?
He's in the hospital, had something going on with his heart.
Oh.
Why did he call you?
Maybe he thought that you were going to be on?
I don't know. I mean, did he just want to chime in and be your friend?
I don't know. It's the first time I ever spoke to LT. Like, what he calls like, hey, it's LT. I'm going like, LT. And he goes, Love Tiger. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. He's never called before.
So, what's his deal? Why is he in the hospital?
He had some type of heart thing, and he went to the CVS by his house.
To take a poop?
Yeah.
He denied taking a poop.
What did he do? He just went for medicine?
He went there and did the heart thing and decided he needed to go to the hospital.
What's the heart thing?
Oh,
Did
you
he take
do
his
the
blood pressure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what the deal is. He just was like, I got to
First
get out of
poop.
this house.
Yeah.
He was like, I got to get out of my house. It was so awesome when I lived in the hospital and people served me food and I got the poop with the electric on and all that stuff. I feel bad for that kid, but I talked to the social worker last time they were in the hospital, and the social worker was like, he's definitely affected a little bit, but he's got enough of a mental capacity to know how to take care of himself and to know when to say no and what to do. And so there's really nothing we could do for him, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
So
We need to try and run him through the lifeguard machine just to see what's going on.
That thing, it would break down.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Can we do that? I don't know. But you know what, though? Last time we tried to do something nice for somebody, we got, what was her name? Dirty Sally? What was her name?
That you did teeth
SpongeBob
for?
one. No, the
SpongeBob.
Dum Dum Lori.
Dum Lord.
What did I call her? Dirty Sally?
Dirty Sally? You're thinking open mouth Sally and
Dirty Sally. We sent her to go get a makeover and all that stuff, and they called us up, and they were like, "We can't do it. She has lice." Yeah. And I'm like, "Well, how do we do this now?" With Love Tiger, God knows, but the guy's probably got crusty underwear, and
yeah.
although you don't have to take your clothes off for.
Yeah, but he might just knock the machine offline.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They
Shut down the
detect
whole-
so many things.
Take down the whole
smoking.
system.
Oh man.
Tackles Martine afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know. Plus, he stinks because he hasn't done his laundry in the longest time.
Yeah. I don't. I can't.
That funk smell.
So, all right, bring me through. Where were you? You and Chad were home alone?
Yes. Chad and I were home alone. Luckily, we did not lose power.
How?
At all?
How?
Never.
Oh.
I mean, not that I wish it on you, but how?
Yeah. So we're underground.
Yeah.
We're on the.
What do you mean you're underground? Oh, your wires.
Our wires
I
are
thought you had a little
underground.
basement somewhere we didn't know about.
Nope. Our power, our grid is underground. We are on the same grid as the hospital and a fire station.
Oh, that's good.
And come to find out, we are like 2 miles away from the power plant.
Right.
So, we didn't lose power. I did flicker a couple times. The TV turned off in the middle of my movie, which was
How did you survive?
very rude. But other than that, yeah. And then we had a bunch of trees that, because we're kind of tucked in like 3 other apartment complexes.
Right.
And we're like in the center of the other ones. All the trees that got uprooted and fell on the other apartment complexes.
Oh, Jesus.
So there's like a few that we can see where like the windows were busted out, this and that. But like I said, all the trees fell the opposite way. There was one tree that fell in our complex, but it fell up against the house, the side of the house. So no windows are broken, no doors are broken.
We have a listener.
We were very, very lucky.
We have a listener who posted a picture. I'm laughing and I feel terrible, but it was a funny picture. She posted a picture of her living room.
Yeah.
And it has a tree going straight through it, and the roof broken down. She goes, "This is our living room. If you've never seen it anymore, picture it with less tree and less insulation,"
Yeah.
which is a very funny picture. But they had a tree go right through there, right through their living room. That's insane.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that. A lot of just and other debris that like was going through people's houses because of the wind was crazy.
I boarded up my back windows. So
you boarded them?
I had my back windows boarded up. I don't know why everybody has to just
telling people
point
what to do.
I didn't even tell them I left before they got here. The back windows were boarded up, and we brought all the stuff inside that we thought was going to be a problem, and we tried to get everything ready, and thankfully we lost one screen, one panel on the pool, like everybody else, I'm sure. That's going to be the pool cage people are going to be rich this year. And we lost an AC unit though. I had to have superheat and air come out during a hurricane and take a look at it. I know, but thankfully we had 2 backup units, so we're okay.
And how long were you without power? Because I know you lost power.
So we lost power for 2 days, 3 days. But my brother-in-law has a cabin in Georgia, and he went to his cabin, and then he had power, so we went to his house.
Okay.
Because I wasn't sleeping with no AC.
Right.
Although I'll tell you, you want to feel like a man, start a generator. Dude, when I went out there and started that generator, I turned all my things and I started on the first one. I went, this is nice. And I did it in the dark, and then I came back in the house and I had that plug-in portable AC unit. Not bad, not great, but it's good to have, for a small room. It's kind of like having a really cold fan, but at least it killed all the humidity in the air, so it was worth having. But it still kind of sucked.
Yeah, I will say, like, the worst part, honestly, for us was our dogs. They were very nervous, very skittish, they kept hiding. And then at one point, they were both laying on top of me, just smothering me. And I was like, okay. And everywhere I went, they were just like biting my ankles. Like, where are you going? Where are you going? Don't leave.
I keep my dog in crates at night, and they like that now. Like if I tried to sleep with them outside the crates one time, and they didn't want to do that. They were like too fidgety, and they had to go bring them downstairs.
It's their room. Yeah. They like it, and they like being surrounded by all those walls.
So this is how I knew is that Mabel doesn't care. She sleeps with me, but Hazel had to sleep between the bed and the wall. It was the only way she felt comfortable.
Yeah.
I felt terrible for her because I pulled her out of her environment.
Carlos always sleeps underneath the bed.
I love that your dog's name is Carlos.
Yeah, right? Best. Carlos sleeps under the bed just naturally, and we have a little bed under our bed for him, and he still sleeps to the side of it.
This is how I imagine Dizzy sleeps.
Yeah.
A little bed under the bed.
Yeah.
It's actually in a cupboard.
What did you do? How did you make out through the storm?
Me and my girl and her daughters went to my parents. So we thought that was the best act. I thought the storm was very timid when it first started, and I was actually making a joke of it. And we went to I was
How'd that age?
Rooms, honestly.
That worked out for you.
So good.
Well, we were in the room hanging out, and we heard the loud bang, and I ran upstairs because that's where the girls were staying, and I thought they were like getting into something, and then noticed it wasn't. We went downstairs, and we saw our pool deck collapsed, and it was just
the whole thing, the cage.
Yeah, and it cracked the window by the kitchen. So me and my pops had to go out there, and then I had to board up and put sandbags down and everything in the hurricane, which did kind of suck.
Yeah, well, if you had sandbags, why didn't you put them down before the hurricane?
Well, we had them in the front, and nothing was flooding, so we had to go put it in the back. Yeah.
What a pain in the ass that is. Yeah. In the middle of a storm to be carrying sandbags around the house?
Yeah, and my dad's old, so he's like, well, you go do that, and I'll just
Let me ask you, how old's your dad?
Sorry, how old's my dad?
Yeah.
69.
I knew you were going to say 60-something, you son of a bitch. I said, you say my dad's old. If you say 60-something, I'm going to be so mad at you.
Why? What's old?
Because I'm getting there. I'm almost 60-something years old.
Oh, you could be Dizzy's dad.
No, I could not. How old are you?
Of course.
Yeah.
How old am I?
Yeah.
36.
No, I could not.
Yes, you could. That math.
Yeah.
I mean, I must have really been getting some action at a young age.
Yeah.
It's physically possible, but...
I mean, you kind of had your kids later.
Yeah, I did.
No.
I did it right, Gio.
Yeah.
I did it right.
There is no right time.
You mean ever?
Yeah,
Oh.
Exactly.
I don't know why I'm so annoyed that Carmen had power the whole time.
Yeah.
I offered you the room.
She did.
She
said if you want to come over for just to sit in the AC or whatever, you're more than welcome.
I said, leave your family.
Yes.
Come on over.
Now,
anybody that had power, I'm just like, ugh, you scumbag.
Now, everyone was at your house?
Yeah.
So how do you know if they had power? Like, I would be like, go check your house. We're moving headquarters.
Some of my brother-in-laws, they ended up staying at their places.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, so they could kind of tell. And you could, they all have got security cameras. And once their security cameras went down, they pretty much knew the power was out.
That's how I was checking, yeah.
And neighbors and stuff. But yeah, so it was wild.
It was security cameras and my air conditioning controllers. Once they went red and once they went dark, I knew I was out. So.
Yeah.
until I was getting action back. Plus, I had my neighbors now, like in the cul-de-sac, were on a text chain.
Yeah,
this is the most neighborly we've ever been.
Yeah, like I said, we were like, oh, the storm's bad, but because we're our townhouse literally in the middle and away from everything, so it just sounded windy.
Yeah.
And then when we actually drove out of our complex, power lines down, trees down. Like I said, it was a maze to get out of our neighborhood. It took us like, I don't know, maybe like a half hour, which normally takes like 2 minutes to do.
Yeah. The craziest thing I saw was a giant tree fell on a power line, and it was falling onto the street, and people had to drive underneath the tree, and it was touching their cars while attached to the power line. I'm like, I don't know how. It doesn't seem safe.
I saw people driving. There was a down power line, and they had the road blocked off, but it was literally down where a complex opened up.
Yeah.
So to people
get in and out,
and people were just driving over it. I was like, and she was like, what? And I was like, that doesn't make you nervous. He's like, I don't know, maybe the rubber tires are gonna save him. I'm like,
that's the only thing, yeah.
But still, you get like a little spark or a loose wire that hits something. I don't know.
Fire everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like, that makes me nervous.
I thought for sure my windows were gonna blow out.
I thought
really?
So too.
Yeah, because stuff was hitting the windows, and the tree in my front yard snapped off, and that hit the window, and it was crazy. It's wild. That's the craziest I've ever witnessed ever.
How are things at the Pants Palace?
Pants Palace is doing good, Michael.
Yeah,
Still standing.
Stay strong.
All souls accounted for
even
on
with
the
those
island.
Giant trees in the front of your house.
Yeah, they did put like a lot on the ground and on the roof, so we were hearing that all night long, and it sounded like a freight train. We sat in the garage most of the night.
But the trees are still standing?
Yeah, I didn't lose any trees.
I don't believe the whole we're on the hospital grid thing anymore.
Why?
I think that's all just a wise tale. Because I know a ton of people, like, we've never lost power ever. We're next to this, we're next to that, and they lost power.
Hospitals have their own generators.
Yeah.
I don't think that has much to do with the grid.
It's a wise tale.
So the thing is,
but it comes back on sooner because they work on it first.
That's the thing. So even if you go out, they're going to fix that box that blew first. So if you're connected to the same grid, you will get it first.
I thought aliens were attacking on the Thursday night when the storm hit because all the transformers were blowing in my neighborhood.
So your video is crazy.
You'd see these bright blue and kind of red lights, and then the power would go out. Then it would come back on, and you'd see, it kept flashing. It looked like aliens were coming.
It was rough. I was watching these guys that were. I had a TV going, but I had my daughter's. My daughter's got like this little portable TV. It's like a giant iPad, and I was watching YouTube. And they had these guys, these storm chasers in the storm running through it while it was happening in Sanibel and in Anna Maria Island. And I was watching them. And at one point, they showed a small airport where a plane had blown over. It was upside down.
Yeah.
And then other ones, they were watching other ones, they were being tossed around by the wind. And I thought, well, that's you wish you were a plane owner until a day like today.
Yeah, there was a couple times where every window in my house was rattling.
Now, I don't know. I feel like the more people at the house, the better. Because if there's an emergency, you have a whole crew. I mean, I felt better that the Conleys were here because if I had to push somebody out into the door to block it, I would push Dan out there.
Yeah, I ended up having not as many people as originally were going to come to my house because they decided to stay. But once the storm started going more south, they decided to stay. But yeah, like my father-in-law was there, my brother-in-law was there, and he's got tools and stuff, which I don't have. So that was good.
Yeah.
He brought like a drill and a flashlight, and I was like, all right, cool, we're ready to roll.
You don't have a drill?
No, what do you need that for?
I have a drill somewhere, but every time I need a drill, I just buy a new one from Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know where the old one is.
The lights went out, and he had a flashlight immediately. I was like, that's amazing.
I have a drill, and every time Chad goes to use it, I'm like, ask if you can use my drill.
Put it back when you're done.
Yeah. Like, make sure.
Who's used your drill more, Mike? You or Pap
Pap? No. Tom, maybe.
Yeah,
Tom?
probably
Okay.
Tom.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I know Rich was using it the other. Well, no, Rich
He
uses.
brought his own drill.
He brought his own
tools.
Rich is a man.
Yeah. He builds stuff. He fixes stuff. I will tell you this. A lot of people were asking. I brought Ralphie in. Ralphie, my tortoise, I brought him inside, but his house stood strong like they said it would during the hurricane. It had no problems, stayed solid. I did have I have like a tall tower fan that I keep in there that is actually a heater. And in the winter, I turn it on, and in the summer, I take it out and I put it on top of the house. I forgot I had done that, and it blew out. I found it.
So wasn't it? I found the destruction, damages just amazing. Like there was trees that were just like uprooted completely like a mile away from where they were standing once. and then you would see like a swing set or a little lawn gnome that just stayed.
Stood there.
Yeah. It made no sense.
No, that was like the Helene, we had a bunch of solo cups out there stacked up and they didn't even move.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I had trees come down, but the solo cup stayed up.
Oh, yeah. When we went, this is crazy. When we went up to Chamberlain to check on the football field, one of the trailers that they keep some of the field stuff in, like hurdles and stuff, tipped completely over. We went up in the stands. There was a couple of like cups, like cheese cups, you know, like fill cups, just standing there with water, completely full.
It's
like,
nuts.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm sure there's. Listen, I feel totally grateful. Got through it with really no problem. I mean, the small problems that we had were nothing compared to some of the things that I've seen people we know, people we don't know. People who live far away from us, but still were affected by the damage. It's awful.
Yeah, and at the after all this flooding that's happened since then, my brother-in-law, his whole house got flooded in Newport Richey because the Enclote River is like basically flowing into his backyard.
Yeah,
which was crazy. So we the storm's over. 2 days later, we're over there Saturday, and the water is just rising like crazy.
And that's still happening. That's happening in Wesley Chapel.
Oaks over in Trinity.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, it's all these. You don't
expect that 2 days later.
No. And then you think you made it through, and now you're having to deal with that. And I don't think there's anything worse than water, because I feel like if wind or trees or something causes something, you can always fix that. Once water gets in, you have to rebuild everything.
Yeah, it sucks.
That is gross.
One of the most annoying things was all the power lines that were down caused the street lights to be down, and people do not know how to drive.
Oh, no. That's one of my biggest takeaways, that people have no idea what four-way stop means.
They just
Even
don't care.
today.
They just don't care.
Yeah.
Like today on the way here, like they have cops stationed at lights that are still down because people have no idea. I've seen so many people like just almost cause accidents because one, they're not patient, and it's them like recognizing and knowing that they should stop because they start to stop and they're like, oh, that car's going, okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And then they just take off, and I'm like, everyone.
I saw people blow right through it, not even tap the brakes. Just right on through, not even
they're
stop.
on their phone. They don't have time.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh.
But that's another thing to your point, Gio. Like after I went out one time, I was like, I don't want to go back out.
I don't be out there either.
Yeah, because what's gonna happen? Someone's gonna hit me, and there was no point to it, So
yeah, it's crazy.
The craziest picture I saw was one that Joe sent me.
Oh,
Joe sent us all a picture of a sink full of blood.
That was right.
Yeah. What happened to you?
Well, I was trying to move my fence back. It was after the storm, and I was trying to move my fence back into place, and I was just out there moving things around. I didn't even notice.
Doing man work.
I was doing man work, but I was in slides like an idiot, and the grass was wet, so I slipped and fell back one time, but didn't even notice it. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm standing on the sidewalk in my backyard, and it sounded like somebody was pouring coffee on the ground. And I was like, what is it? And yeah, I had to go to the ER. Yeah.
Oh, what did you do? What did you fall into debris?
Yeah, I fell into. Well, I just thought it was branches. Or whatever. And I got up and kept going. But then afterwards, they came in. They're like, "You have to go to the hospital."
Oh, geez.
Because I was passing out. I lost so much blood.
Oh, Tiger?
Man.
Yeah.
Were they like? What did you say? Was he next to Love Tiger?
Yeah. Did you room with Love Tiger?
No. I didn't stay. They just they just treated me and discharged me, and I went home.
You told them no stitches, though.
Yeah, no, I don't want to mess with that.
Were they like, this blood is filled with drugs?
Yeah.
I need all like
booze.
first.
Yeah. It smells like bourbon.
Yeah. So yeah.
So we assume you were drunk way into this?
No, actually I was not drunk. I was high a little bit, but definitely not drunk.
Joe just sends me a picture of a bloody, like tons of blood in the sink. It just says, bro. And I thought there was a million things that went through my mind that I thought might have happened.
We all thought Spanish did something.
Yeah.
Right?
I did not get that picture.
You didn't? Must be our other group text.
Yep.
No, I didn't. I don't think I sent it to the group. I sent it to Mike individually, and then I sent it to Gio individually.
Doesn't care about you.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
send it to the group.
Couldn't worry about it.
I haven't said
You don't want to
I
know.
don't care now.
Okay.
No.
Now you're okay.
You're alive. Whatever.
Oh, well.
I don't care. What a jerk.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun.
Ready? Look at this.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's probably why I didn't send it to you. It was gross.
Yeah.
Kind of gross.
I get no context or anything, just that picture. And I was like, oh my God, it looked like somebody shot themselves in the sink.
Which is my first thought.
Yeah. Like, remember the scene of Training Day where they take him into the bathtub?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
How many people were at Whore Island?
My mom is still there.
Okay.
We're gonna.
Annette's there.
Yeah, Annette's there.
Mama Pants is there.
Mama Pants is there.
Sugar Pants.
Sugar Pants is there.
And Sugar Shorts.
Sugar Shorts is there. And we got 4 dogs because my mom brought her dog too. So, and we were gonna bring her back yesterday, and because she has power back at her place. But her fridge has been out for 2 days, so we got to go clean everything out. Make
I have
sure
a
she has
difficult
food.
question to ask you.
Yeah.
If Spanish moves out of your house, which I don't know that he is or he isn't.
Yeah.
What happens to the dog that I gave you guys?
Oh, that stays with me, Michael.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, it's been at the house, right?
Yeah,
and he hasn't been there.
Yeah.
Has he been there?
No.
Okay, I was just curious to see if the dog, like, if you feel like you're stuck with the dog.
No.
Okay.
But we love that dog.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
Jenkins is part of the family.
Okay, good. I feel terrible because I can't keep that dog because of my other dogs.
Yeah, no, and I will
You
tell
guys
you,
save me.
what's really hysterical is we have like a giant German Shepherd over there, and those two are like inseparable. They
Best friends.
Yeah, they're best friends. So
All
he
right.
goes and yells at stuff, and she's like, "Ruh, ruh, ruh." He's yelling.
Okay,
You know?
all right. I
Yeah,
like it.
it's
I
good.
like it.
It's good. It's good arrangement.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm happy everybody made it out. For those of you just joining the show, Galvin is in Las Vegas. He had a scheduled vacation. We all did. We were supposed to be off today. But Galvin is actually out of town. He went to Las Vegas. So Mike Olivero's hanging out here with us. Dizzy's running the board. Carmen's here with us. So we got, the usual crew of people here. We're going to do things the way we always do. And we'll play Sporkle when we come back. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away today. A whole new group of things for the following week. And we also got some updates around town. We got food available today for linemen, food available today for people who are looking to get hot meals and need help. And we'll keep you posted on all that stuff. And I think that I read somewhere, and I can't remember the details. I don't know if you know the Lightning are offering discounted tickets.
Yeah, discounted tickets
for the home opener or for what?
This one and Thursday night.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So if you're looking for something to do to get out of the house, you can get some discounted tickets to the Lightning, and you can check that out. Of course, you can hear all the games here on this radio station. And then we had USF on Saturday. I heard that. Where did they go? Where did they play?
They played in Orlando at Camping World Stadium.
Because of the storm?
Yeah, because of the storm here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw one picture in like Raymond James Stadium. The field was completely flooded.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, really? I
which
didn't
is
see that.
crazy because they have like built-in like drainage and stuff for that reason.
Yep.
I don't think it is anymore, but at the time they were taking on water.
My grandfather was a really, he really projected when he talked. Wasn't your typical Italian Graham. He was very Italian in certain ways, but it wasn't your typical like, hey, Goomba, you know what I mean? And he would talk like a real, and they did the football field at Rutgers in the 90s, and they said we needed a field that could deal with rain. And he said, Michael, we built that field so that you can play a half hour after a Category 4 hurricane. That's good to know. He was so proud of that, proud of that field. But yeah, you would think that Raymond James would have some sort of same sort of system.
It was like 18 inches of rain.
I don't think. I mean, I think it's been so long since we've had to deal with a storm like this, let alone back-to-back storms. It certainly set everything back.
Yeah,
and everything you thought was taken care of wasn't.
And what's crazy is, think about this, because we did not get it as bad as they were projecting because the storm turned and went a little south.
Well, those people really got it. Braden and Anna Marie Island. Yeah.
Venice
they really
or
got whacked out.
Indian burial mounds, that's why.
Yeah, but think like if it would have hit where it was projected, like this, like you know what I mean, like this could have been way worse.
Let's not jinx it as we have another one brewing now.
Yeah.
But look, that one's scheduled to look like it's going to hit Cuba and die out before anything happens there. So let's not even talk about that.
Yeah, stop sharing the memes.
Yeah. Until Paul Delgado's on TV sweating with his big Frankenberry head, then you'll have problems. All right, let's take a break. We'll do Sporkle when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Let's just pause for a second and look at all the beauty that is on Channel 10 right now. Amanda Pappas and Caitlin Lockerby on there together, surrounding the luckiest man in Tampa, Jameson Euler.
I will say that Amanda Pappas did bring me comfort during the storm a lot.
I brought her comfort.
Yeah.
She didn't know about it, but I was bringing it to her.
I followed her updates very closely, and she made
Who
me
would
feel
you
better.
pick, Lockerby or Pappas?
Pappas.
I think I go Lockerby.
Listen, after this
We
storm,
won't have to fight about it.
I feel like I've got a connection.
Yeah.
You know?
How lucky they are.
I feel the same connection to Paul Delgado.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wanted him to hold me and rub my head.
I did keep looking for his updates. Like, I trust what he's telling me. Him and Dennis Phillips.
Phillips. I mean,
they're the two.
They're the two that are the staples in Tampa Bay. I mean, we were watching them both because you want to hear what one says and the other one says. When they both say the same thing, you're like, okay, good. I feel better.
And their tone. I'm like, if they're freaking out, if they're not freaking out, I'm not going to freak out.
Delgado's like hearing your uncle say it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And Dennis Phillips is like hearing your cousin, the bookie, go, don't worry about it. You know, both those things.
Who's that short guy for the Weather Channel?
Jim Cantor?
Yeah, he's really short. He was standing next to Jane Castor. I never realized it.
Yeah.
But usually when he shows up, everyone's like, that's when things are going to hit the fan.
Because they sent him to the eye, man.
Yeah, but that was not the case for us anyway.
No.
And he was here. So when I saw him, that made me a little nervous.
Yeah, well, look.
But I also don't think they're going to send like TV, like they're not going to, like for reality shows and stuff like that, like they're not going to do something where someone dies.
Oh yeah, they are. You kidding me? They're dying for him to die.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Look, they don't really want him dead, but do you know how great that is for ratings?
Ratings.
Why do you think Spanish goes through all this stuff on the air when he goes through it? Because it's much better for ratings.
Well, did you see Anderson Cooper get hit in the face with like a piece of wood or something?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
and like live on TV.
That stuff is great.
But that clip was everywhere. It went viral.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, you want ratings, you got to get out there and you got to put that's why they have clothes made with the logos on them, like weather clothes. And then, like you ever see like Anderson Cooper, all of a sudden he'll be wearing like a black jumper or like black parka and black thing with the CNN logo on it because they want him out there in the mix,
right?
With the logo
too.
on it. Yeah, hats.
Like I saw Biden and Anna Paulina Luna and Rick Scott all got when politicians have the hats on. That's when stuff's hitting the fan. Yeah. They all had hats on when they were surveying the damage.
That's a big deal. That's
like,
a big deal.
Take your hat, please. Yeah.
Get that logo out there. And one of them goes down in the logo. That's a big that picture of Anderson Cooper with his head split open with the CNN hat on is worth money to them. They're like, if we're going to lose a guy, we want to lose it.
I get that, but
Jim Cantor, why do you think they send the smallest guy? There's the best chance he's going to fly away.
Yeah.
But I also imagine the reason why we haven't seen like deaths and stuff like that is because there has to be some like clause or lawsuit that they'd be worried about from the family.
No.
Like they want him to get hurt, and I know that, like, you know what I mean? But I feel like if they wanted deaths, we would see those a lot more often.
That's why we made Dizzy come in every day.
Wait, what?
Well, remember, didn't it happen though in Virginia, that news reporter that got shot live on air doing a live shoot?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Was death, yeah.
I forgot about that.
That was death.
Yeah.
That was death.
She was like that town's Charlie Belcher.
Yeah.
And they just
like Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, you can find it on the internet.
Let's
I don't
protect
wanna
Charlie.
see that.
We don't want that to happen to Charlie. Charlie's not world's biggest cookie. Yes, world's biggest bullet. No.
Okay, before we do sport call, real quick, very important question. Okay. Are we doing breakfast today?
Oh,
I feel like we did
breakfast on Friday,
but
we missed out.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, you did.
Whatever the last day was, Thursday.
No,
these breakfasts cost me like $160 a pop. I'm done.
I'm just saying, we just went through a disaster.
Listen,
we're finally back together.
You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
Fatty went way off the rails over the last couple of days. Hurricane blew me right off the diet, man. I was eating candy. I was eating all sorts of stuff. And I had Chinese food the other day. I got it all out of my system. I'm back today. There's no breakfast for this guy.
Oh, let's do some avocado toast.
Go ahead. Go crazy.
Okay.
What was the most common hurricane snack you ate?
Dude,
Chicken Big Mac?
No, I didn't go that crazy. I ate pretzels. There were a lot of pretzels in my house. And my daughter kept pulling out all these candy. I'm like, where are you getting all this candy? Give me some of that. I ate nerds, little bunches of nerds, airheads. It was stuff that I should never put in my body. I
ate like a kid at a sleepover.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea.
Mom was out of town.
I ate it like I was gonna die on Monday, like getting it all in.
King size Snicker bars are very comforting.
Wait, no.
During a time of
king size
distress. Yes.
King size. The regular ones are disappointing, right? You're like, I wish I had 2 more bites.
Yeah.
All right, Carmen, what do we have to give away today?
Okay, we have a bunch of stuff. We have tickets for Daryl Hall, Brian Regan.
Together? Hall and Regan?
No.
Oates is out, Regan's in.
No. TSO, also separate. Reggae Rise Up, Thomas Rhett.
What if he did Brian Regan Rise Up?
Nope.
Now we're talking. Thomas Rhett. I will have all the dad jokes out before the show starts.
I doubt it. And the Mike Calta Tailgate, which is scheduled for October 21st.
Monday Night Football.
Is it Monday Night Football?
Yeah, from tonight. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm not going to that.
What
is that against the Ravens?
It's
Ravens,
yeah.
Oh,
that's your favorite team.
I gotta get up early. I'm just kidding. I'll be there.
You finally have a chance to wear your Ravens gear.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing my Ravens gear. I bought
You bought it?
No, I bought a Mike Calta. I cannot get a Warren Sapp jersey, so I bought a jersey I had to make my own, and I put Calta on the back, but I got a 99. And then 3 days later, I got another one in the mail. And I can't remember if I stupidly ordered two of them or if they sent me two by accident.
You got two Caltas?
Two Caltas. Chances are it was my fault. I'm pretty sure if I had to bet money on it, it was me, but I don't recall doing that, but whatever. I got two jerseys now.
Nice.
No Ravens.
Your wife could wear it.
No, I don't think she's fitting in a 4X.
No, but make it a dress. You put a belt on it.
Ooh.
Boom.
There you go.
You could use it as a blanket. You can give it to me.
Wow. Sadly, he's right. That's why I can't get breakfast this morning. All right, let's give that stuff away with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Man, you are slow on it today.
Wow.
You on the weed?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Disaster. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pat is your judge and scorekeeper. Mike Olivero is playing in Galvin's place today. Are you good at this?
No.
All right.
Terrible.
It's okay.
All right.
Yeah, this is very unfair.
Yeah. Well, Gio's activated.
Thank you.
Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, today we're going to be playing 2 words, 1 answer, W. So I'm going to give you 2-word hints. You're going to give me the 1-word W answer.
All right. I got it.
All right. Your first one. Chardonnay, Merlot,
Wine.
Mike Calta. Popeye, Pal,
Wimpy.
Mike. Batman, Identity.
Wayne.
Wayne.
Damn it.
Geo. RV, Brand.
Winnebago.
Geo.
No, that was
No.
all.
No,
Oliver.
that was all. You guys sound very similar. Okay, guys?
Except one is on your extreme right and one is on your extreme left.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm hearing it from my
Oh,
headphones.
my bad.
I will take the point, even though I did not answer.
Point Olivero.
Thank you.
Olivero. Yeah.
Yay, I'm aboard.
Houston, Cummings.
Whitney.
Geo. Right?
Yes.
What is
Okay.
Houston?
Whitney,
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston,
Wow.
Yeah. I thought she lived in.
she's
Houston.
dead.
Shut up.
Houston, we have a problem.
Blue, Sperm.
Well.
Mike,
Mike who?
Kelta.
Oh.
Oh, I just realized that. Mike Kelta.
Wow.
Inheritance,
Wind.
document. What'd you say?
Wind.
Win.
Wealth.
No, will.
Oh.
Rabbits, home.
White.
No.
White rabbit.
Racist.
Rabbit's
No.
home?
Rabbits, home.
Willow?
Wascally.
I don't know.
Warren, Warren. Warren.
Sap.
Emily's Heights.
Weathering.
Mike Kelta and Pat.
Oh, my God. Quick one.
We're halfway there.
Stupid.
Mike
Thank
Olivero
God.
has a single point on the board. Gio with 2 points. Michael doubling that. He's your leader right now. He's winning with 4.
Real quick. Somebody have news ready for the next hour?
Of course.
Okay. I didn't even think about that.
Thank God.
Okay. 2 words, 1 answer, W words. Your next one. Sorry, I do apologize.
Oh, my God. You got one
Oh,
job.
yeah,
Pay attention.
I had the groove.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Cheyenne,
Wyoming.
home. Mike Kelta.
Damn you.
Orville, Wilbur. Right. Mike Olivero. Moon, Monster.
Werewolf.
Warren.
Mike Olivero, Werewolf. Lily, Superhero.
Wonder Woman.
Lily, Superhero. W word. Wasp.
It's not a super.
That's a girl.
It's a girl super.
Very racist. Wasp.
Film, Crichton.
Crichton.
William.
Crichton film. No. Westworld. No point. Pat. We are on the last 3.
Gio has 2 points. Mike Olivero has 3. And Mike Calta is your leader right now. He's winning with 5.
Oh.
All right. 2 words, 1 answer, W words. Last 3. Here we go. Hanford character.
Hanford, you're saying?
Hanford.
Hanford. William.
Huh?
William.
No.
Westminster.
No.
Wally.
No. Waldo. It's Waldo.
That's dumb.
Gandalf. Dumbledore.
Wizard.
Mike Calta. And your last one. Monkey. Tool.
Wrench.
Mike Olivero.
Monkey Tool.
Of course I would know that.
Yeah, of course you would. You big gorilla.
That's stupid.
Your final score, Gio with 2 points on the board. Mike Olivero doubling that with 4. And Mike Calta is your champion today. He won with 6.
Now, I don't know how many in a row that is. Is that 5 in a row for me?
No, it's not. That's 1 in a row for you.
Okay. I was close.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Were you playing by yourself during the break?
I don't
Was
know.
that what you're getting?
Just checking.
Galvin won on Wednesday.
All right. That's good.
We worked with.
Also
I'm
a
so
W word.
confused.
Dude, I don't even know what today is.
That's what I'm saying.
We're down a guy where it's hot in here.
So hot.
Yeah, I know.
Why are we doing this?
Joe,
That was Mike's idea.
Yeah.
you went down to check the dogs.
Yes.
Was there an air conditioner in the hallway?
I believe so, yeah.
Will you get that and bring that in here?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Is that how that works?
It's a portable air conditioner.
Okay.
Oh.
We can get it and plug it in over there.
Okay, but you don't need to plug it.
It's just
like
got
the
hot
hose.
hot air at one end,
I
cold
gotcha.
air on the other.
Deal.
Yeah.
It is.
Better than
Yeah.
nothing.
If it's hot to me, it's hot.
It's hot.
All you have to do is wheel it down here, Joe.
Okay.
All right.
Is the AC out? Like, there's a problem?
This unit, the unit that controls this room, the compressor blew
Oh.
on the hurricane. So Superheat and Air had to come out and take a look at it, and they're like, "Yep, compressor's out." So they got to try and replace it today.
Don't you have like 5 ACs? Can't
Yeah.
you blow one this way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the rest of the house is fine.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I'm
it's this room and Joey's room that are hot right now. I don't know how he didn't take the portable AC
Yeah.
because he must be dying in there.
Let's go to the theater.
Yeah. Anyway, we have news. What is coming up in news?
Chicken Big Miss, racist Roombas,
Oh,
and Lieutenant Dick.
it's a good thing you brought that up. All right, good. Gio will have your news. We'll do that next on 102.5 The Bone. I heard that Roger and JP had it out with Dave Osterberg from Fox 13.
What?
I wouldn't quite say had it out. I think
I'm just telling you, I already have a strike against Dave Osterberg because when we needed him to go on the air, he's our weather partner, and we needed him to come on the air and settle a weather score with us. Remember we were having the argument on whether or not
The percentage.
the percentage of weather meant the percentage that was going to happen or the percentage of the area.
I remember that.
And he was too busy, he said, to find the time to come on the air with us. All you do is read the same weather 3 times during the show. What do you got?
Oh man.
So he's out. Pappas is in.
Oh,
Now, what happened with Roger and JP?
So they had him on, and I don't think Roger was in the studio. Oh no, Roger was. And Osterberg is delivering the message. And they're asking him questions. They're going back and forth, and you hear a bunch of clanging around in the background.
Yeah.
So JP goes, "So yeah, what are you doing over there? You cleaning the dishes?"
What are you doing, ladies' work? What's going on?
And Osterberg goes, "Oh, I'm just having a little bit of lunch." And JP kidding around goes, "Oh, don't you know you're on the radio?" And
Yeah,
you're
like,
supposed-
but that's but what if they weren't want to talk to us on the news and we were like, well, so the other day, you know what I mean? Like, have some professional courtesy.
So JP goes, "Oh, don't you know you're on the radio?" And he hangs up immediately.
Oh,
Or the
he hung
line
up
cut.
on them?
The line
Oh,
cut.
I don't believe that. Osberg
the
seems like a
line
baby.
cut. JP goes, "This is something I said."
Oh, that's funny.
Of course, I'm paraphrasing the whole thing, but that's kind of how
He
it
seems like kind of a bitch.
Who, Osterberg?
Osterberg, yeah.
To me, he sounds like that guy. You ever see Sex in the City? The guy who had the baby with the red hair girl. He goes, "Oh, why don't you want me to be part of the baby's life?"
No,
That's
I
what he
did not
sounds like.
watch Sex in the City.
I did.
No, we do not
you.
watch chick shows. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
Anyway,
Yeah, that just seems like a bitch move. And then if you're going to be unprofessional and be on the air and they get called out on it, don't hang up. Just be like, my bad. I didn't know
My
you guys
bad.
could hear that.
yeah. Did you guys hear that? Oh, sorry.
Whatever. That's why I've gone full Pappas in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Gio. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
In for Galvin today, who is on a scheduled vacation day in Las Vegas. We've got Gio doing news. Galvin went to Las Vegas. His son won $1,000 in the first pull of a slot machine, which is amazing.
I feel like that was the airport slot machine that you see right when
it
you
looked
get off
like
the
right when
plane.
you got there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I know he was winning while he was out there, and then he went to the Steelers game with Steve Byrne. I saw that.
It looked like it was total Steelers, like a Steelers home game. There was the terrible towels were going.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, who's loyal to the Raiders anymore? They move so often.
Oh, if I'm in Vegas, are you kidding me? I never had a sports team before. I'd be insane.
Oh, yeah. But a lot of people with all the tourism and everything, all the other teams go in there. It's like,
I think it's such a destination when your team plays that everybody goes to Vegas,
Yeah.
if the Bucks played there, I mean, totally looking to go in.
Listen, it's out of my. I looked into it. It's way out of my price range.
Wow.
Like
What,
those
the tickets or the hotel?
Just the tickets for the game are the NFL tickets are crazy. I know Galvin paid a lot for his.
We have we played football and we air it on the Bone, and that company handles the Raiders as well. So I asked them, like, is there any chance of getting tickets? He goes, give me a few months' notice and I'll try.
Months?
So, months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like years in advance when they release
announced
the
the schedule
schedule
in April.
Yeah.
But
That's probably when you got to ask.
It's such a destination. Everybody plans vacations
Plus,
around it.
All the casino hosts get all those tickets, so they can give them to their big spenders.
Yeah.
Well,
us.
speaking of the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield threw for 325 yards and 4 touchdowns, leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a resounding 51-27 victory over the New Orleans Saints on Sunday, providing a much-needed boost for fans recovering from Hurricane Milton. Despite 3 turnovers in the second quarter, Mayfield helped the Bucs rally after falling behind at halftime. Tampa Bay's ground game shined, rushing for 277 yards with Sean Tucker in his first time.
Where did he come from?
He's been on the team for 2 years.
Yeah, but how did they all of a sudden go, okay, Bucky doesn't get the ball, Tucker gets the ball?
Rashad White was injured, not playing for the game.
Right, but when you bet on Bucky to get all the thing and then give it to the new guy, you're like, come on now.
He was undrafted free agent out of Syracuse, and he'd done some like kick return work and stuff like that. But really, I'd read that he fell in the draft because he was injured at the time during the combine. That's kind of why he
played
was
great
under the radar. But and I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Didn't he get a catch and run against Philly a couple weeks ago?
I think so. Yeah,
It was a pretty big gainer over there.
But 136 yards, 2 touchdowns out of Sean Tucker.
I love when they go, Tucker with the ball, and I go, Tucker?
Yeah.
Who is Tucker?
The Buccaneers' 51-point performance was the second highest offensive output in team history. The only time the Bucs put up more points was back in 2019 when Jameis Winston put up 55 points against the Rams in the shootouts. The Buccaneers will now host the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football, October 21st.
So even the interceptions yesterday, one was his fault. He threw it right to the guy, and then the other 2 were tipped off. So can't really hold that against Baker. Baker played great yesterday. He scrambled great.
One hit him right off bounced off the guy's helmet and went up. When he went down and got hurt, it looked like he took a helmet right to the hip. I was like, oh man, I saw Kyle Trask warming up. I'm like, oh no.
What were you worried about? That Kyle Trask was coming in or that Baker was hurt?
Both. Yeah. Both. I was like, if Trask is warming up and if Baker's done, we're done. That's it.
That was a scary moment.
Yeah, it was great though, man. Like if they can run the ball like that, they are a legit contender.
Can you imagine how that feels today to get that helmet to your thigh like that, and the next day what that feels like when you go to get out of bed?
I saw him in the post game press conference, and they were asking about the injury, and he said it felt like one of my ribs was poking into my spine.
Oh.
He's like, so I had to take a second,
a little bit.
Yeah, because he went in the tent. I was like, oh no, we're about to lose him.
Yeah, he walked in there though, so I was like, all right, that's not that bad.
So he's a tough son of a bitch.
He
man.
really is. For in my mind, I always think he's little, even though he's 6 foot.
Yeah.
But he just looks, I don't know.
Well, Oliveira and I we interviewed him at the Topgolf thing. He doesn't look like he would be an
unassuming.
like an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
If you just saw him at like Publix, you'd be like, you would never think, oh, that guy is an NFL quarterback.
Right.
He's also
and a good NFL quarterback. Yeah.
Do you know who leads the NFL right now in touchdown passes? Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So I think he's got 17.
Like this year, this season?
Like right now, he's currently leading the league in touchdown passes. He's thrown 17.
Yeah, 4 more yesterday. So
yeah. I mean, imagine
and none of them went to Mike Evans.
No, not
which is unbelievable.
Evans, the Saints just always shut Evans down. It's just,
Lattimore gets in his head.
Yeah. I think that the Saints got in the whole team's head, man. Like when we started getting personal fouls and penalties, 9 penalties.
9 penalties. Yeah.
Right before the half, it was just like a flag fest.
Going into the game, the Bucs were one of the least penalized team in the league, and they had 9 penalties in one game. That's the Saints just messing with them. But it was fun to watch for those who were able to watch, because I know a lot of people still didn't have power, which sucked.
Oh, we had I watched it, and then towards the end of the game, I took my daughter. She had to run to the store, and I took her to the store. So I listened like the last 10 minutes on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, Gene Eckerhoff is a mess, man.
Dude, he's such a legend.
If you just let somebody else call the game and put Gene in the back to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all he has to do is call the touchdown and then just do it like
I mean, it's difficult. It is a very difficult job.
he should be white noise in the booth. You know how people like to sleep to white noise?
Yeah.
He should just be behind whoever's calling the game going,
I love Deckerhoff so much.
Yeah,
and
I'm not saying don't love him. He's terrible.
he's the
too old
nicest
for it.
guy you'll ever meet.
He sure is.
And I love that Dave Moore's there to carry him along.
Yeah, look,
Like,
it's
Moore
just
corrects him, yeah.
nothing's better than when he's like, that goes a touchdown. That's Rashad White. I'm sorry, that is, Bucky Irving. Like, he just never gets it right.
They've got spotters there that will point to which player it is and stuff. That's
He
just
doesn't
like
pay attention
normal,
to them.
but I don't think he pays attention to that
No.
stuff. Yeah,
That's great. I don't care about it. I'm not saying he's got to go.
He's a legend in my mind.
How many
Yeah.
times when he was doing an FSU game the night before that does the Bucks game and he's calling players as the FSU players?
Yeah, he used to do that, but
the best.
he's just doing the Bucks game. So I don't know
Yeah.
if he's
You know how confusing that must have been to have two red uniforms.
Oh yeah,
He had
and
no idea what was
sometimes
going
there'd be players that would play. They used to play for Florida State, now playing
Yeah.
for the Bucks.
Yeah.
So he would get them
Like
mixed.
when Lawrence Dawsey played for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Scott Dawsey with the pass for Ward.
I love Deckerhoff, man. He's a legend in my mind.
Yeah, well,
But it's,
he's
you
on my
know,
death
At
pool
some
next year.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone win bets off the Bucks?
No.
The fact that Mike Evans did not score killed everything.
That's one of the hardest for me is betting on who's going to score.
Yeah.
Well, you let me think about it. You have Evans and
Godwin?
Godwin. One of them is going to score every week. You just got to pay, and usually it's every other week. It's every other week that they go, okay, well, we're going to team up on Godwin, we'll throw to Evans. They team up on Evans, we throw to Godwin. So you got to see what they're prepared for. And then you get the crazy out of the blue Shepard or one of those, which is worth so much more money if you bet on Shepard and Shepard scoring first or something along those lines, or even, what's that guy's name? Frankie Muniz, who played yesterday? What is Franklin?
Franklin.
Who was the guy the running back?
Tucker.
Tucker. Sean Tucker.
Tucker, that's
Or
what I said.
Bucky
Yeah. Frankie Muniz. Yeah, like if you pick a guy like that who's not played, and all of a sudden you're betting on him to score a touchdown or somebody like that, that's such a huge payday. So you're better off going for the long shots.
When Baker was throwing like 4 touchdowns yesterday and running for first downs and all stuff, and then I thought, how bad does it suck to be the Cleveland Browns? You gave Deshaun Watson
doing
a
so bad.
record-breaking contract that you're locked into hundreds of millions of dollars. He's thrown 7 touchdowns this year, by the way, and Baker has thrown
had that in 2
17.
games.
But that also shows it's about the players around
Yeah.
you, your coach. It is about the whole organization. It's not just you know what I mean? You can be great in college and then suck in the NFL. And a lot of that has to do with the people that are around you.
And I also want to point out that a couple of weeks ago, I bet on Baker to rush 1.5 yards. 1.5. He basically had to fall forward, and I would have got that. And now he's running 10 yards.
And he didn't do it?
He didn't do it.
Yesterday was like, I think he had 20-something yards on a single rush.
Yeah.
He's having fun out there,
He
which
sure
is
is.
what I love.
I love
He
it.
sure is.
And he's running downfield. I get kind of nervous when he's trying to make blocks downfield.
I'm like, just don't get hurt. Yeah, he did
Yeah,
that
he
too.
did the block. Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, just don't get hurt. Do you know who Joseph Malinowski is? Anybody?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
I found out who this guy was over the weekend, and the entire time
I think everybody did.
I was like, ugh, why are we continuing to show this? That's widely known as Lieutenant Dan.
Now, I feel like that name, Joseph Malinowski, I feel like he's been in trouble for something else before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that name sounds familiar to me and not with a good,
It didn't
not
sound
for a good reason.
familiar to me.
All right, well,
but when I saw him. But if you don't
Anyway.
know, Joseph Malinowski, widely known as Lieutenant Dan, became an overnight sensation during the hurricane for his decision to ride out the storm on his sailboat.
Now, was anybody else like me just hoping he died?
Yeah.
Yeah, I, mean,
I was like, this
stay
guy's
on
an
the sailboat,
idiot.
you moron,
Idiot.
And then the whole world's like, and the mayor's out there, and it's like, we talked to Lieutenant Dan, we got him to leave and go to a shelter. Then it turned out he wasn't going in the shelter anymore. And I went, good, I hope he drowns.
His
Like
defiance.
you're taking away from actual news coverage that
Right.
needs to be happening.
Right.
They say, what's going on here? Hold on a second. His defiance garnered attention from major media outlets like CNN, NBC, leading to a wave of support online through social media. A GoFundMe page was launched at one point,
Christ.
which has now raised over $40,000.
For what? For what? For a guy who is defying the laws and defying the rules and going out there and staying out there. It just, yeah.
So this guy's got one leg, Lieutenant Dan, Forrest Gump. Yeah, we get it. That's so cool. But it was every time I would see this guy on social media and all these people are going out there. I'm like, you got law enforcement going out there. I'm like, just let him go. Let him, if he wants to just sit up there in the storm, ride it out, let him ride it out, man.
That's it.
It's ridiculous. So they've come to find out, people have now done a little bit digging about Lieutenant Dan. They're thinking, he's such a cool guy. He's so great.
How is there a chance something bad's going to happen?
Yeah. However, as the storm passed, Malinowski's extensive criminal history came to light, revealing multiple arrests, including a felony conviction for assaulting a police officer in 2022. He was sentenced to a year in prison after he punched an officer who was trying to detain him at a bar. Other charges include a 2023 incident where he allegedly poured gasoline on a woman during an argument at a recent and a recent misdemeanor related to operating a vessel without a title.
Is this why I know his name? Because he was he one-legged guy doing something, you know?
Maybe. Despite the scrutiny, Lieutenant Dan says he's remained unfazed, insisting he's innocent of all charges, and he's expressing pride in his newfound fame.
Do you see what really got Lieutenant Dan?
No.
Oh, you don't know this? I was hoping you'd have this clip. Lieutenant Dan got busted saying the N-word on a live feed.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Like recently?
Yeah, and he didn't say it towards a black person. He used it like what did he say? The word he said, let me tell you, N-word. Instead of saying, let me tell you, dude.
Like just a couple days ago. Like this wasn't like an old video that popped up.
He looked like he was doing a live and like an Instagram live kind of thing with somebody else. So I don't know. And he apologized immediately, but it's too late.
Sure. So a ton of influencers and social media people have been going down there now, getting footage of him and stuff. And apparently now he's annoyed by that because people are bothering him nonstop. And there was one clip that I saw, and it was some woman. She's like, "Say hello to Michael for me." And she's taking a video because she's on like FaceTime with her friend. They want Lieutenant Dan to say hello and stuff.
People are bored, man. People are really bored that kind of stuff entertains.
Felony assault, boat violations, arson, disturbing the peace, drug possession, resisting arrest, theft charges, and multiple arrests. All of his mugshots got released online afterwards.
Do we know how he lost the leg?
No.
Has that been...
Shark.
No.
Yeah?
Okay.
He was chasing the whale.
No.
Sad weirdos. Ripped it off.
Oh, no.
Wait, what?
Different shark? Oh, my bad. Yeah, but I was annoyed by this guy from the jump, and then to find out that by all accounts, he's just a complete piece of garbage.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever.
Is anyone shocked?
No.
Listen, I want to tell you right now, don't get mad at me, but most guys who are living on their boats aren't the best guys. I know there's a couple of fishermen and a couple of people who are like, my life is the sea. That's different than the guy who's stuck living on a sailboat because he
doesn't have an option.
The fact that first responders had to keep going down there and try and talk him out of it, and you got the mayor of Tampa like updating everybody on Lieutenant Dan when they're losing their homes, I thought was ridiculous.
So dumb.
So the National Hurricane Center is tracking a disturbance in the far eastern Atlantic Ocean with a 40% chance it could develop as it moves west or southwest over the next week. Currently, it's located at a few hundred miles west of Cabo Verde Islands and will face conditions that aren't ideal for the development in the next few days. However, as it continues west, it may enter an area more favorable for growth by midweek. While it's still too early to determine its exact path, officials say there's currently no direct threat to Florida. So all the memes that are going around on Facebook, everybody relax. There's nothing that indicates this is coming here yet.
It looks like it's going to die over Cuba.
Yeah.
That's where it's headed, and that's where it doesn't look like it's very strong.
Jinxie.
Listen, I'm not trying to jinx anything, but I listen to like Paul Delgado and people that get paid to do this for a living. And
not that Dave Osterberg guy.
Most of them are saying that the conditions with late in October, it makes it tougher for these to form into big systems, but definitely something to keep an eye on.
Listen, I just had him take my plywood down. Should I probably put it back up? Dude, that's what I want to know.
I'm ordering more stuff. Like I realized after this one, I need more supplies.
What did you find out that you didn't have? That same for me.
Mainly batteries and stuff. Like a lot of those portable charging units and things to charge a device. Because not having power that sucked. That's what I really needed more of.
Now I do have a kit, but I was fortunate enough not to have to use anything in it. But I have one of those solar charging panels. It's very little, and it's basically just for your phone. It's for campers and hikers and stuff like that. I know you probably have a few of those. Do those work?
Yes.
Are they good?
Yeah, I had one of those.
Okay. Is that something I should invest in another one? But again, it's just me and Chad.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of those things.
Listen,
like,
for $300, you could buy a Jackery or Energizer, or one of those companies make a portable charger thing. It looks like a car battery. You carry it around with a handle, and you could plug stuff into it, and you could plug your phones into it, and the whole deal. And I have about 5 of those, and I use that for my CPAP machine and for a fan at night, and it lasted through the whole night. And then the next day, I plug it into the generator and I charge it, and it was good to go through the night. But I will do things differently for the next time for sure. We didn't flashlights stink. Flashlights are good if you're walking down a hall, but those lanterns, those electric lanterns, that was the way to go. Yeah. So I ordered a bunch of those electric lanterns because you could just turn on and light up a room.
Even though I had some of those and they would go dead pretty quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so maybe I need to get some better ones or invest in some better ones. But then we're trying to charge those, and it turned into I'm like, I need more ways to charge things. Also, like portable battery powered fans. I need more of those.
I have not only do I have battery powered fans, but I have solar powered fans. So you stick them outside during the day, charge them up, and they work at night. By the way, you know what this is?
No, what is that?
This is.
I thought it was like a camera.
A radio.
No.
It's a portable radio that I have that charges in, and also listen. Crank it up.
Oh, you
crank it up to get it to work.
Are we on there?
Yeah,
you can hear us?
Yeah. So it's also a little flashlight in the front. And I kept it plugged in, and I actually had to put it on at one point because it was the only thing that was getting any coverage.
Now, Gio, for your light situation, have you seen the hack with the gallon water bottle, or like the 2-gallon milk jug, or you get a water jug like that? You put a flashlight in top of it, and it illuminates.
Projects the light,
So it's a little bit cheaper version, and if you have flashlights, that's a way to do it.
My biggest thing was more battery powered fans and more ways to charge devices and stuff, because I had like 5 people. At one point, there was like 10 people in my house. They're all trying to charge their cell phones and stuff, and we didn't have power for over 2 days.
But what are you using your phone for?
Just
Everything. You're bored.
Communication.
You can use it.
You're bored trying to get updates. Like the cell service where I was at was horrible.
Same here.
Like I had one bar the entire time. Like text messages were barely going through, and they would come in like waves. Like I would send a bunch and nothing would happen, and then I'd get a bunch of stuff because I guess it would connect.
John Brennan texts me back and he goes, "Are you having a stroke?" And I go, "No, why?" He goes, "Because you text me the same thing like 30 times."
Yeah,
I didn't do that.
Yeah, it was coming through at weird times, which I did not think was going to be the case. But not having cell service really kind of sucked.
Yeah, you think that obviously you're not going to have Wi-Fi, but you're relying on the cell service. But if the cell towers are destroyed, or power's out.
But then iPhone put out that update that if you had the 18, if you had the latest update, you'd be able to text without cell service. And I texted Gio. I was like, I think they're getting us with something because I literally rushed. I had to delete a bunch of photos and apps to store to make room to be able to download it, because you almost needed like 10 something.
Are you sure? Because
gigs?
Amanda started texting me from the satellite, and there's no way she made room for it.
Yeah.
Well, I have the lowest.
Oh.
She's got a old phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have like 100. I have like the lowest amount of gigs that a phone can have because I use Google Cloud for my storage.
Okay.
That's how they convince you to upgrade. Like, oh, you can download the cool thing to text during the storm. You should probably upgrade.
But again, I downloaded it. The second I did, I was like, they just got me with something. There's some type of bug or some software.
Is that the seat makes conspiracy theories come through your butthole? Through your butthole and out your mouth?
Listen, I've always believed in them. I just like to follow them. I think they're fun, but I don't,
Well, can I tell you the number one conspiracy thing that was going around? So I got in the car, and the next day, and I went to drive, and I could not clean my windshield. And several people emailed me and said that instead of having water, they had like a thick oil or something, and that's what's used to send into the clouds in order to make the storm happen. And I went, oh my God.
Yeah.
They sucked me right into a conspiracy theory.
Did you see all the people's who cars stopped working?
No.
Like the day before the storm hit? There was a lady, and she was like, I didn't hear about it until it happened to me, but basically everyone's batteries were dying. And these
are cars?
In their cars. And these were people who literally just installed a battery not even like 6 months ago. You know what I mean?
And what is the theory? You know what's so funny is that I went to Costco to get gas, and I saw people walking out carrying batteries. Like people, I was like, "Who's buying batteries?"
Yep.
Did you get a double chunk chocolate cookie
I didn't go in. I don't
or
go
a
in
chicken
the store. I don't go in the store, but I did sing "We Bring the Boom" when I was getting gas. No, I went to Costco because I had heard that they had gas, and I got there and I waited maybe 20 minutes to get to the pump.
Yeah.
Got to the pump and worked out fine. Everybody was nice. It was cool. There were some listeners behind me.
Yeah.
Which, can I tell you, this morning, even on the way over here, there was people already lined up
Sure.
at Sam's.
Yeah.
But I went and got gas yesterday, waited less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, by now it should be slowing
Right,
down.
but
Yeah, there were people waiting like 5 hours.
Right, before, but I was saying even today, people were already lined up at Sam's on my way here. So that would be at like 5:30. There was already like 12 cars on Dale Mabry.
I get it because when a couple times when like my generator went out because I ran out of gas, I had more. But I got started when you lose the generator too, you really start to freak out because like now the fridge is not going.
Well,
there's no fans.
Do you know how long the generator lasts?
No,
Like one
Neither
day.
do I. Until
Mine-
I'm sleeping and I hear, and my CPAP machine goes. I had to go out in the middle of the night and fill that thing up.
yeah, mine went out like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I got back in bed and my wife goes, "Is everything okay?" I go, "Yeah, just don't light a match because I'm pretty sure I'd go up in flames right now."
Now, does
gas
your
everywhere.
generator do your whole house, Gio,
No.
or just like your
No,
appliances?
Yeah, we had the fridge going. We had like a couple fans, and
Okay.
we were charging devices. That was about it.
I gotcha.
I was mainly just trying to keep the fridge on
Yeah,
for the most part,
we lost the fridge.
and have a couple fans going.
I just ate everything as fast as I could.
Wow, you'd have to have 14 generators for 14 fridges,
Right?
Yeah.
I lost a lot of fridges, man. I bet you my kegs went. My kegs probably went bad.
yeah.
Oh no.
what's
Damn
up,
it.
Franco?
Now we're talking about real disaster.
Yeah, that's damage, like the keg raiders. Oof. So Lowe's is helping Floridians recover from Hurricane Milton by hosting a Bucket Brigade event on Monday, starting at 10 a.m. at 5 locations: Sebring, Zephyr Hills, Brandon, Plant City, and Lake Wales. Each store will give away over 400 buckets filled with essential cleanup supplies, including sponges, goggles, trash bags, flashlights, and batteries. While supplies last, additionally, Lowe's is donating $12 million to support relief efforts for Hurricane Helene and Milton, while the Home Depot Foundation has also pledged $3 million for disaster relief and sent 1,000 truckloads of supplies to Florida before the hurricane hit.
Can
So,
I just tell you
if
something?
need stuff.
Don't be an asshole.
Oh.
If you don't need anything,
Right.
don't go get
Right.
anything.
A
Don't
lot
go
of
because you get a free
opportunists.
bucket. Yeah.
But still, like a lot of that stuff, people are trying to clean up their houses that are, flood waters
Sure.
and stuff like that. So there are places to get things, if you don't really have the money, but you're trying to get stuff cleaned up.
Yeah, I mean, don't go out there and start taking stuff because it was for free from
Yeah.
Lowe's if you don't need it. I feel so grateful that I don't need anything. We got through it by losing one screen and a tree. I'm happy with that. And
Well, when it's like the people that go, like they have 5 cases of water, and then like, I'm just gonna go get 2 more.
well,
just
let's not get crazy. Those people are preparing for the future. You never
Free
know.
handouts.
Yeah, I mean,
Your Tampa Bay Lightning are offering discounted tickets for their first 3 home games this season in a partnership with Ticketmaster. They will also donate tickets to first responders and recovery workers affected by the hurricanes. The games include matchups against Vancouver October 15th, Vegas October 17th, and Minnesota on October 24th. Tickets start at $75 for lower levels and $25 for upper levels. Fans can help hurricane relief efforts by donating through the Lightning Foundation. You can go to tampabaylightning.com/donate for all the details on that and to get the discounted tickets. Maybe get away, check out
That's
a Lightning
great.
game.
Everybody says, at least we got to do something. At least we got to get out. We got a little break. So that's great that the Lightning are doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Take advantage of that. Go support the team. Opening night is Tuesday.
Tomorrow night,
Who are they playing?
Vancouver.
Vancouver on
Good team.
Tuesday. Then what did you say? Vegas was coming.
Yeah.
So
Thursday.
good. We're back and it's officially hockey season.
Yeah, you got Vancouver, Vegas, and then Minnesota on the 24th.
There you go.
So pretty good. There's still an election going on. It's getting very, very close.
No, it's not.
In the latest NBC News poll, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are tied at 48% among registered voters, a big change from last month when Harris had a 5-point lead. Trump's support has risen as Republicans rally behind him, while Harris's popularity has dropped, particularly among independents and younger voters. Abortion now a big top issue, many voters, with 22% saying it will significantly influence their choice. Trump leads among rural and white voters, while Harris is favored by black voters and younger people. With just 3 weeks until Election Day, both candidates need to energize their supporters and attract undecided voters.
Mike
Who the hell's going to win?
Alvaro, who wins?
22 days left. It's going to be just like we had, 2000 when Bush and Gore. It's going to be hung up for like 4, 5, 6, 7 days.
You think so? You don't think it's going to?
I don't think it's going to be.
One
Yeah,
day?
there's going to be some type of controversy. I'm
Who
not going to say
wins?
Tom Fuller. Who wins? It's probably going to be Harris.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a doubt. I think Harris is going to run away with it, and by run away, I mean by 5% or something. Like it's enough of a where it's not close enough where people have to go, wait a second. But I think that she's going to win. I'm not hoping that she wins. Before you people start sending me hate emails like you always do, I'm just saying I think that's my opinion at this time. Trump is, I feel like he's gone a little bit off the deep end. I really do. I'm not saying he's not going to be a good candidate. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job the first time. What I'm saying now is he's just said some really weird stuff in the last couple of interviews.
And like, obviously, I know SNL is all skits and jokes, people. So don't. But there's usually a little truth behind some jokes. And their on-running joke right now, this whole year, is Trump has dementia, just like Biden.
Yeah.
You start hearing the things that he's talking about. And Trump has always kind of been like a runoff when he talks, and he doesn't really stay.
It's beautiful. It's
He
beautiful.
doesn't stay on script. No.
He doesn't stay on script, and he kind of weans off and this and that. But lately, it is like, what are you talking about?
Amanda sent me a video. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Well, he has these rallies that are like 2 and 3 hours long.
Right.
Where he's
and
just talking and talking and talking.
so
And I don't know if he's doing that to give people their entertainment value, so they're coming. Because I mean, if he's done an
I don't
hour,
know,
what's the point
man.
of going,
But
right?
he is getting up there.
But the-
you know what I mean? Like,
Listen to this. Hold on. I gotta give it. I gotta play it off my phone, so bear with me. But this is Trump.
But then when I see Kamala speak, she's just saying nothing.
Oh, she's a word
Oh,
salad
yeah.
queen.
This isn't like Elon with his rocket ships that land within 12 inches on the moon where they wanted to land. Or he gets the engines back. That was the first I realized. I said, who the hell did that? I saw engines about 3-4 years ago. These things were coming, cylinders, no wings, no nothing. And they're coming down very slowly, landing on a raft in the middle of the ocean someplace with a circle. Boom. Reminded me of the Biden circles that he used to have, right? He'd have 8 circles and he couldn't fill them up. But then I heard he beat us with the popular vote. I don't know. Couldn't fill up the 8 circles. I always loved those circles. They were so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful to look at. In fact, the person that did them, that was the best thing about the level of that circle was great. But they couldn't get people, so they used to have the press stand at those circles because they couldn't get the people.
Wow.
Then I heard we lost. Oh, we lost. No, we're never going to let that happen again. But we've been abused.
He's lost his mind.
I'm sure he's losing his voice because he's talking
No,
nonstop.
it's not even that,
But
yeah.
like,
but what circle?
they're
What are
sounding. You sound so old so quickly when
Right.
you're that
I think
age.
he means the bubbles that you fill in for the thing.
Yeah.
The beautiful circles.
Yeah.
But then they tell us we lost. Like, I don't understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
And he went from talking about rocket ships to talking
Yeah.
about circles.
The
It's
Biden circles. Who called them that?
right. And that's what I'm saying. So, like, again, like I said, I know SNL is all about skits and jokes, but there is some truth in
Yeah.
jokes. In the dementia thing, I know that's coming from Biden, but then you hear something like that and you're like, what is?
Yeah.
And he's, again, Donald Trump, 78 years old.
It happened so fast because even if you look back at Biden when he ran was 2016, it's a world of difference
Yeah.
compared to now. Just the way he's speaking, everything's like we got
Right.
old. It drops off fast. But like I said, Kamala, when she talks, she just says like
Nothing.
nothing.
She literally,
No.
they give her like a list of 6 bullet point keywords to hit,
Oh,
and
she's-
she hits them 100 times, but doesn't.
She's BSing her way through everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to quote Bill Burr
We're
again.
screwed.
Wait, Bill Burr. Whoever wins, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be
It's
fine.
going to be the same crap no matter what.
By the way, on SNL, Maya Rudolph is so
She
good
really
does a
as
good
Kamala
job.
Harris. I mean, it is dead on. And
She really does a good
They
job.
had Dana Carvey doing Biden this
Not
week.
great.
It's okay, but a little over the top.
Not great. Walls is all right. I mean, they're all okay.
I
But
think
she
there's-
does a great job.
Yeah, she just nails it. I think there are better people that do Trump impressions. If they would have gotten Shane Gillis,
The guy who does
Yeah.
Trump sounds like him a lot, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have Shane Gillis would have been great.
Yeah.
He has a cadence sound pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So former President Donald Trump has announced his intention to appear on the Joe Rogan podcast, though he didn't specify a date. In a recent interview with the Nelk Boys, Trump expressed interest in joining the popular show, referring to to Rogan as a good guy. While Rogan has not confirmed any details regarding the appearance, he did post a poll on X over the weekend asking if Trump should be featured on the podcast. Rogan has previously stated he has no interest in giving Trump a platform, citing a desire not to support him. In July of 2022, he made it clear that he had declined multiple opportunities to host Trump, saying, quote, I don't want to help him. I'm not interested in helping him at all.
Now, so is he not interested in helping him because he's interested in Harris becoming president, or he just doesn't want to help Trump out
He
at all?
said no politics.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah,
think
he
he
wants to
doesn't
get
want
out
to
of it.
help either one of them. He just wants to kind of stay back from that.
But I think that's a perfect opportunity for you as a host to listen. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If we get Trump on this show, if we get Harris on this show, I get 7 minutes with them both, and I have to kiss their ass for all 7 of those minutes.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. I get on the air and I say, well, Vice President Harris, you said this and you did this. That's the last time they ever give us a thing. We're on a blacklist, and that's just how it goes. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
So I get them both on. I'd have to kiss both their asses for 7 minutes, and then I'd be able to be like, I talked to the vice president today. I talked to a former president. That's just how it is. In Joe Rogan's case, he's able to get him for an hour, if not more, and say whatever he wants to him, and be the one guy to call out the candidates, whether it's Trump or Harris, be able to call out the BS. I mean, Howard Stern's interview with Harris was garbage, man. It was embarrassing to watch two old ladies talk like that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's an open Harris supporter, so you knew that's what you were going to get.
Right, and I get it, and he's got an agenda. He's trying to make her look like she's going to be the right one for the job, and but you get a guy like that who's built his reputation on becoming confrontational and doing stuff. You got to expect a little something, a little pushback.
Yeah.
He was so ass kissy that it was uncomfortable, it was cringy to watch. And in Joe Rogan's case, since he's been so adamant about not giving them a public forum to support them, then be the one to ask the tough questions.
I wonder if now he feels pressured because Harris went on to call her daddy. He's going on. She went on Howard Stern.
Yeah.
So now he feels like
Well, I mean, if you're putting yourself out there as the most listened to podcast and the one that you're relying on your listeners to support you, that you should probably give them a little bit of what they want.
And okay, so I do have a question though. Harris and Trump, they cannot buy their way on to
Rogan show.
No, I was gonna say that's against campaign.
No, you can't buy your way on any show. You can buy
ads.
If you wanted to buy ads on this station. Say you wanted to buy a block, and we'll be like, hey, Wednesday night we have the Kamala Harris show. Yeah, you can do that, but it'll have to say this is a paid advertisement.
No, but I'm just saying, let's say Harris, she went on the Call Her Daddy podcast, right? But let's say Harris was like, I will give you $10,000 if you allow me to come on. Obviously, it'd be more. They can't do that,
would be,
right?
If they could do it, but then they'd have to keep it on the low, or they'd have to come out and say, hey, this is a paid.
Okay.
Since we're on public airwaves, we have to offer equal time to both candidates.
We get screwed.
Yeah, so if Trump came on here. And we'd then have to extend an invite to Harris,
which is a lot of the reason why I don't like to put political candidates, like local candidates, on the air.
Yeah.
I had Anna Paulina Luna on, and I went to the guy that was running against, and I invited him to come on, and he
multiple
declined.
times. Yeah,
he declined our invitation. So I mean, I don't have to, if I have Anna Paulina Luna on, I don't have to then call her opponent and say, hey, do you want to come on the show? But if they called and asked about it, I'd have to honor their equal time, which I was prepared to do, and that candidate chose to be a pussy. So we had Trump Jr. on, I think, before the last election, and people were like, well, why don't you open your phone lines to the Democrat? We did. We tried to get them both on, and neither one of them wanted to Sunday. There was one year when Obama was running that we not only had Joe Biden on the air, but we had several people, celebrities stumping for Obama that came on. That's when Matt Damon came on the air, and what is it, Quince, Rosie Perez, and a couple other people came on. I had to say it. I don't remember her name. But those people were all in support of Obama at the time. But I was not turning down an interview with Matt Damon because of who he was supporting.
Yeah,
right.
I think at that time Florida was still considered a swing state, whereas now is not the case. Nope. It's pretty much solid red, so they're not even wasting their time, doing stuff here. McDonald's president Joe Erlinger promoted a new $5 meal deal.
You know Joe?
I do know Joe. Yeah. Good friend is. Promoted the new $5 meal deal to McDonald's to address rising fast food costs, which has been a huge success so far. However, the release of the highly anticipated Chicken Big Mac on October 10th has received very mixed reactions.
Really?
The sandwich, which swaps beef patties for chicken, was criticized on social media for being very bland by some users.
Well, I'd have to try it. I never tried it, so I wouldn't know.
All
tried.
they did was change the patties, right?
Yeah, they put chicken instead of beef.
Wait a second. Did you say you tried it?
So on Saturday, in the midst of hurricane recovery, I ventured out to try and acquire
Nothing can stop Burger Guy.
acquire the chicken Big Mac
Yeah.
because I really want to try the chicken Big Mac. I love the regular Big Mac. This could be next level. I went to like 3 McDonald's. No chicken Big Macs.
Oh.
That is the true devastation that this hurricane has brought to us is that there was a shortage of not only gasoline in the Tampa Bay area, but apparently also a severe shortage of the chicken Big Mac.
But I'd have to, like, if you know you're rolling out a chicken Big Mac, don't you order more chicken patties?
Yeah, but I mean, we were in the middle of a hurricane.
Yeah, it was-
Perhaps
I
they had
think
delivery issues.
The delivery issues is the case because I walk the one
believe it.
McDonald's by my house. I go there, they know me. They're like, hey, what's up?
Of course they do.
Burger guy.
They know
BG,
me.
what up,
Yeah,
BG?
so I
Here he
thought for
comes.
sure, and they had on the marquee, they had the sign, the chicken Big Mac is here. It's arrived. I get up there, I pre-order because that's what I do on the app to get my bonus points.
Sure.
And I order, and they're like, we're sorry. We do not have any chicken Big Macs right now.
So on the app it said it didn't have it, or you had to wait till you
No,
get there?
I wait till I got there. Yeah, and they said because no deliveries this week because of the storm. There's a shortage on chicken Big Macs.
Gotcha.
So the next day after the storm, my wife said, let's go out and take a look around and see if we can get something to eat somewhere. I said, okay. So we get in the car and we drive over to where my Starbucks is. Still wasn't open yet, I understood. And then the McDonald's has a line around the building. And I go, oh, McDonald's is open. Let's go to McDonald's. So we go over there and we get in line. And I'm waiting. And I see this guy get out of his car. And I go, how are they fighting at McDonald's already? And then that guy speeds away. And I went, I don't know what that could have been about. But how do you not have a little extra patience during this time? So we waited a little longer. Then realized that guy was looking through the window to see if they were open. All these people were in line, and they weren't even open.
I saw that.
just sitting there in line. I go, wait a second. I think we're sitting in line for a closed restaurant. But they were open the next day. Back in action, McDonald's.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people are saying that the sandwich is underwhelming. I need to find out for myself.
Yeah.
I like how you said you weren't driving around because of gas, but you're like, I checked 3 McDonald's.
That was once
Scumbag.
I had gas in my vehicle, and I realized. And listen, Dizzy also over the weekend texted me inquiring about the chicken Big Mac.
Oh, he did?
Because you're the burger guy.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, dude, this chicken Big Mac looks legit. Dude, what can you tell me about it?"
Were you able to acquire one?
No, I was waiting for Gio's review.
Yeah,
I got you.
I've got nothing to provide. It's
Will you
shortage.
try again today?
100%.
Okay, so you're basically going to try until you get one.
As soon as I leave here, and once breakfast flips at 10:30, I'm then going to try.
You're back on
You
the
should
hunt.
do a live chicken sandwich review.
Get the chicken Big Mac.
Yeah.
Like it might be underwhelming. Maybe that's what a lot of the reviews are saying. But the fact that I could not get it over the weekend was very, very troublesome.
I will say I feel like the problem with it is going to be the sauce ratio because the sauce on the regular Big Mac is already kind of limited. They don't
Really?
they don't put enough on for the burger patty, and with the chicken patty being much bigger, I would advise you to ask for extra sauce. I'm going to assume that's the problem.
Burger guy, me burger girl.
There you go.
Listen, I appreciate your advice, but I know what I'm doing
Okay.
when it comes to these things.
We
Like,
don't need your help, guys.
I appreciate your consideration. You're trying to help out, but we don't need your help. I've got this thing on lockdown. I will have the chicken Big Mac review by this time tomorrow. I assure you.
See, the thing about McDonald's that let me down is pre-COVID they had the all-day breakfast, and once COVID came, that all-day breakfast went away.
I think a lot of people were not really taking advantage of it. So it was just, there all the time.
Egg McMuffin at 5:00.
Well, that's
Delicious.
the thing. They only did it was a very limited breakfast menu, and I don't want ham. I want the sausage, and they didn't have the sausage.
They had the sausage at night.
Some of them, not all places, and that you know what I mean. So it all depends. But if you're gonna have breakfast all day, have all breakfast all day. You know,
Don't tease me that I'm going to get a McGriddle at 3 in the afternoon if it's not available.
and I can only have a sausage McMuffin. Like
This country has a major addiction. We've been talking about burgers for the last 20 minutes.
This might be good news for you, Mike.
I love good news.
Kat Stickler, you're a big
I
fan.
heard about this. Yeah.
She has broken up with her boyfriend, Jason Tardik, which I was not familiar with him, but I guess he's a former contestant of The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Says they've ended their relationship after 6 months of dating. The former star of The Bachelorette announced the split on Instagram, saying they've parted ways amicably.
What is it?
Amicably, and that he will always be grateful for Kat and her 5-year-old daughter, Mary Catherine. Stickler echoed similar sentiments, confirming there were no hard feelings. The couple, who kept their relationship mostly private, went public in June after being spotted together in Tampa earlier this year. Mike figured out where they were at. And though their romance has ended, both expressed mutual respect and gratitude.
I feel like our relationship ended as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like...
you were big on Kat Stickler for a while.
I was.
What happened?
I love that cute factor. You know what I mean? That girl has a cute factor is better for me than like a super hot factor.
Yeah.
And she definitely has that cute factor. I don't know, Carmen. I think after a while it just became too creepy.
Yeah,
I was like,
you gotta either.
yeah.
you were
Meter.
zooming in on the pictures.
All
and
right,
the
let's not
background.
get crazy. I was
To
just
figure
trying
out
to
where she
pick-
was at.
I know what table she's sitting
I
at meat
let's not
market.
get crazy. I was at meat market and she was not.
I think she's at meat market too.
Yeah.
That bench, I've walked past that bench. My
Yeah.
car was
I
valet
will
there.
find her. I will. No, I'm just kidding.
Who has TikTok on their phone? Anybody?
I do.
I do not. I had it, but I deleted it when everybody got mad at TikTok and never went back.
See, I had it, deleted it, and then re-downloaded it because I started doing social media.
Why don't you go black?
Well, I started doing social media for Chambo's football team, and I asked the kids, and all the kids were like, "Yeah, TikTok's still the place. It's
And
not
Snapchat.
Not Instagram, old lady."
And Snapchat.
Yeah.
Snapchat became super popular again.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you why it's still the place. Recent findings about TikTok raise serious TikTok raised serious concerns for young users based on an internal investigation and a review of secret documents by NPR and the Kentucky Public Radio Network. The investigation revealed that kids as young as 15 were stripping on the app's live feature, encouraged by adults who paid them for the content.
Wow.
Many underage users were receiving gifts or coins, which are digital currencies that convert to real money. State Attorney General discovered that TikTok executives knew about the dangers of the app, but didn't seem to care. Users can become addicted in just 35 minutes, according to the study. After watching around 260 videos, TikTok's algorithm promotes attractive users over unattractive ones.
Yeah.
Shocking.
No wonder I'm always at the bottom of everything.
Despite attempts to set screen time limits, TikTok reported only a slight drop in usage from 108.5 minutes to 107 minutes a day. About 95% of smartphone users under 17 use the app at least once a month. And advocacy groups are now pushing for accountability, and some senators have called for information on TikTok's child safety measures.
Well,
It's the same as them telling us we sat too close to the TV when we were kids.
Oh, your
Never-
kids are getting naked, and people are paying
Your
for it.
kids are getting naked on the internet because you're bad parents. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Because you're not keeping an eye on your kid and you're not watching what they do. Did you ever see the rule in my house, my daughter? No sexy dancing. No sexy dancing allowed in the house. I saw her stretching the other day and I yelled at her and she's like, "I'm stretching, you moron." And I'm like, "All right, well, make sure it's not sexy dancing."
But remember, a while back, there was a lot of social media people and stars that travel that came out and said the algorithm is different here than it is in China because TikTok is a China platform,
Right.
a China created app, and and in China they promote math, history, learning, educational.
Which is
TikTok.
why we'll always beat China, because once we teach them that you could come over here, dance like a broken robot for 20 minutes and become a millionaire, they're like, "We love America."
Yeah, but that's why our kids are getting naked and their kids are getting ready to, basically rule us all.
I don't want my daughter getting naked on TikTok for her boyfriend or for money or for anything. I don't want that ever to happen. But at the same time, I look at some of these girls making $200,000 a month because they dance around with no shirt on for a little bit, and I think, oh, look, there's an option for everybody.
Yeah, but if they're 13 years old.
No,
Right.
I'm 100%
You know what I mean?
kidding. I would go crazy and I'd kill everybody in the room.
I'm not. That's why my kids aren't on social media.
Nothing.
I mean,
My
How do you-
son
they
is.
don't have anything.
My son is.
How
but
old
my-
are your daughters?
They're 13 and 14.
I mean, it's hard to do that. My daughter's 11, going to be 12.
Or no,
and
14 and 15.
I let her on them. And how do you tell your 15-year-old she can't do TikTok?
That's my phone. I
But
paid
you
for your
don't.
phone.
You don't think that she's going to do it behind your back, or she's going
I
to be
can see
doing
their
it?
phone all
He's
the
on-
time. Yeah.
Oh, you're a bad father.
No way, dude. No way.
I mean, you're just taking away because now they're going to be doing things behind your back.
no, you
can't
don't
work with them.
You don't need social media.
You don't need it, but the rest of your friends have, and you don't want to be that one kid that's not allowed to look at social media.
Yeah, and then your daughter's the one that's being passed around
if you're.
online.
I'm joking that you're a
Yeah.
bad father, but what? I have a great relationship with my kids.
Well,
I feel like they make the smarter decision.
I feel there's nothing positive at that age that comes from social media.
Yeah.
That's where kids are getting bullied. That's where they're learning things. I don't need TikTok teaching my kids stuff.
Yeah, I disagree. I think that it's a hot thing, and I think that
No, because you don't know what's on there. I don't know what's on there.
Well, I do. I mean, I get on it, and I take a look at it, and I see some stuff that is disturbing. I think if that's my daughter, I'd be very upset with that. But I hope that my relationship with my daughter and her actions are based on the way I raised her.
You hope, but also remember this: there was a while back that YouTube parents were getting on because they make kids accounts for YouTube, and that was promoting LGBTQ educational videos, and the parents were unaware because they thought their kids were on YouTube Kids platforms, and all they were watching was cartoons. And here it is: they're being taught about sex without the parents'
that's
knowledge.
a violation of what the YouTube child agreement probably was.
But again,
the reason you can't just say okay, go, and then not police it at all. I mean, we look at what she's looking at.
The reason I don't let them out is because I know that pedophiles and creeps are actively pursuing girls on the app. That's what they're doing. And I know that they're smarter than these kids, and they're literally doing everything they can to get into DMs and send them things, and it's completely unpoliced. So that's why I'm like, I don't hear something I'm not trusting it.
You want to hear something messed up? This is so, I can say this now, but Juliana got somebody that was calling her on her cell phone, and I took the phone and I called back, and then finally they answered. I go, "Who is this?" And they go, "Who's this?" And I go, "You're the guy who's calling my 11-year-old daughter. Who is this?" And the guy was like stuttering and saying, and I was like, "I will find you and I will beat your face." And it was a kid, and he's like, "I'm so scared." I go, "Hey, I'm sorry, buddy." I go, "But listen, you can't be doing that." And he was like, "Sorry." I was like, "Okay, goodbye," and I hung up the phone. And I went, "Oh man, I just threatened a little kid." But you have to be on top of the kids' phones. You can't just say Wild West, go crazy.
But think about this: the big problem is like you are very fortunate. You have a job where you can be home and you can do that. You can police your children, you and your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, just from working closely to a school. I don't even work at a school. Working closely with a school through Chad, there are so many kids that are in single parent households who work 2, 3, 4 jobs, and you tell them no, but they have to police themselves, and you can't do anything, and you're just trying to provide for your kids. So it's not even like parents are being bad parents. They're at work trying to make a living to support their kids so they can have a cell phone.
Look, I get it. My mother was a working mother, a single parent.
You know
I get it.
And you can only teach your kids so much, and you have to rely on them to make the right decision. And with like Gio said, with all these creeps online and kids being so easily influenced by the creeps,
I totally trust my kids that they would do the smart thing. I don't trust the scumbags that are spending their day trying to get to my daughter. I'm not going to provide them the way to do that. Yeah.
Unlike Joe, who's been going after your sister.
Yeah, that's the thing. Wait a minute. You know, I'm not going to.
She's of age. It's okay, Joe.
Right. I'm not going to provide the gateway for some scumbag who spends his day all day long trying to get with 12-year-old girls on TikTok. Just
look, I know there's going to be a time where I lose my mind and I start smacking people, or I go get beat up by a 15-year-old.
Then we're going to hunt them down like Taken and take them out.
My friend Jim Henning, who does a lot of stuff for the Tampa Bay area, hit me up last night and said that he is going to be working with some barbecue folks today to do some handout of food, and what they pulled out is just amazing. It's like those like round smokers that they have. This one's like 5 smokers long.
Yeah.
And they have it at Mort Elementary. They're out there starting at 8 o'clock to cook the food. They should be serving it out around 10 a.m. Mort Elementary is at 1806 East Bears Avenue. If you're a lineman, you want to go by and get some food and get taken care of today. If somebody who needs a hot meal,
they should bring some here so we can talk about it more. So we can let the people. I don't want to send linemen there. I'm like, why would you tell us to go eat there?
You are hungry.
They got chicken Big Mac while you're at
it. We spent half the morning talking about food.
If somebody wants to drop the chicken Big Mac off, I'll be mad.
They got these giant Nomad grills. They're great for tailgating or camping, and they're out there at Mort Elementary, and they're just cooking it up, and it looks fantastic. Carmen, I mean, it's not too far from here.
I'll go get some.
Brisket right now would be great.
They got chicken on the grill.
Okay. I'll eat some raw chicken if it's not ready.
Raw.
I'm saying if it's not ready now. He says it's going to be ready by 10.
I think of the things that have been in your stomach.
Yeah.
All right.
My kids aren't allowed to be friends with Disney on social media.
Wait, why me?
That's one step. I don't know. I feel like you're a gateway.
Yeah.
A gateway to what?
To bad things.
He posts a lot of whores.
Oh, I'm not a lot of whores. I'm not mad at that.
You got the creeps like Dizzy,
No, I don't think Dizzy's a creep.
on the hunt.
On the hunt? No, I'm in a relationship. I'm happy in a relationship. I put the teenagers away. I'm good.
You're a threat though because you're the same size as most of the kids, so you can fool them.
It's funny because when I was at Carmen's game, a lot of like the girls were looking at me, and I wanted to be like, I'm not here. I don't go here. I'm actually in middle school.
Yeah.
When you ask about their moms.
Yeah. I always joke I could suit up when I play on my team, right? Just put on a long sleeve shirt, hide the tats, and I'm on the field.
A lot of parents thought that was Chad and mine's kid.
Oh wow!
They were like, "Oh, we find him. Nope.
Little light skinned beauty.
Your son? How come he doesn't play?
He's very youthful.
That is very funny.
Oh man, that'd be nice just to be considered that young.
Do you know that Manson did that?
Yeah.
That he went back to high school after high school, faked his entrance into high school, went to classes, everything, so he could play football.
Really?
Yeah, because he never played football. The two greatest stories that I've ever heard that are real are Manson going back to high school and playing football after he graduated high school. He wanted to go, so he used, I don't know, a fake name, enrolled in school, and went there and took all the classes and everything so that he could play. And he was a good football player because he was significantly older than the
How
rest
old
of the
was he
kids.
at the time?
I don't remember, but he was like older. Like he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
I think he was like 21.
Yeah.
But I thought he was like my height.
He's not very big, but imagine you got a full man's grown body and you're 20 years old and you're going back and playing with 16-year-olds.
Right. You still have man muscle.
Right.
Just shaving in the locker room.
Now, the other great story about him is that he sang in a band called Emerald City. And he was the singer, and he had short hair, so he wore a wig. And nobody in the band knew that he wore a wig. And then they went on tour, and he'd have to take a shower, and he'd have to go in there and pretend he was blow drying his hair in the bathroom before he came out, because the whole band thought he had long hair, and he was wearing a wig. Is that hilarious?
But did he never have long hair?
He did. He had long hair when I worked with him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing pictures.
Since I know him in 1992, he had long hair.
Right.
Who,
But
Manson?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
you knew
prior,
him?
He's thinking actual Manson.
Yeah, he's saying Charlie.
you thinking Charlie Manson?
I don't want to answer.
Yeah. No, Manson was a guy I worked with back in the day.
This whole time I thought it was Charles Manson.
Mike's not that
So I was like, what?
Just me and Charlie Manson. Man, Charlie Manson went back to a high school to play football.
It was actually Marilyn
Killing
Manson.
people.
I think you would have heard about that. Yeah, and then he wore the wig, which I think is so funny to me. Like the whole band doesn't know that he's wearing a wig.
What if Joe pulled his hair off right now and it was a wig?
That would fool me.
Really?
Yeah, if Joe did it, yeah. We were on stage one time and Josh was wearing a wig. and Josh turns around and he leans in and he goes, "Hey." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I'm wearing a wig." And we're like, "Yeah, we know. Blind people can see it."
We know.
It was so funny. You said it. We were like, "Yeah, we're wondering what's going on. You're wearing a wig."
You're going to see.
Pete said, John Brennan said to her, "Are we not going to say anything about Josh wearing a wig?"
Oh, wait, no. The best was Pete. Pete goes, "Are we going to have to pay him?"
Jeez.
I don't even know why he did it. It's not like he's bald.
Yeah.
I think he just tried it out one time.
Well, wigs
See what it
are
looked
very.
like.
It can be very convincing these days. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
This one wasn't.
There's some people that have wigs. I go, "There's no way," and then you find that it is.
Oh yeah, that's so funny.
I don't think I mean, my hair is kind of going, but I don't think I would go wig.
No, I seriously considered shaving it all off.
Yeah.
But I just know that I'll look hideous.
I mean,
I'm not,
it's kind of there now,
gorgeous
though.
Yeah, but it's not though. Like
grow
you
back.
say that, but no, will
But,
it
like,
though?
Yeah. You'd have to like shave.
Probably thicker.
I don't feel like
Like a
you're,
Buddha.
Yeah,
That's fake.
your hair's not hiding anything right now.
Right, but it is though. Like the back of it is hiding a very wrinkled
Yeah.
Darth Vader head.
But the big thing about when you go bald is the shape of the head, where you can kind of see what's going on already.
Yeah, like we already know the shape of your head.
But I feel like if I shave it, I'm going to look so drastically different, and whatever attractiveness there was with my hair,
Yeah.
that being gone now, it makes it 10 times
What
worse.
if you get more attractive?
I don't think that's going to happen. I think I may open myself up to roles to play the bad guy in movies,
Yeah.
but I don't believe that. I went from
the Russian Igor.
right. I went from being typecast as fun uncle to Eastern European oligarch.
What attractive
But look
bald
at
guy do you
Batista.
know?
What?
Chad.
I said, what attractive bald guy do you know? Nobody's attractive at bald.
That's not true. There's
Nah.
attractive. Bruce Willis was good looking.
The Rock.
People's champion.
Now, The Rock was way better with hair.
It's true.
He looks good bald, I think.
He does look good bald. Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
These are all people we look just like, so we got good chances. Like,
Yeah, all right, but what fat bald guy looked better with hair? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Robert Kelly looks good. He's bald.
Well, he's
But
not
again,
fat. Not fat now. Though.
I have a thing for bald people. I have a thing for baldness.
Well, hold on. Now we're talking.
All right.
I would shave my hair for so long when I was younger.
Wish you didn't
And
do
then-
that now, huh?
Yeah, and then I stopped doing it because when I worked with Spice, he said that I was a white supremacy party.
Yeah, you did.
KKK,
It is
for
like
sure.
So that made me uncomfortable.
But
so
it
I,
bothered me that you had the ability to grow hair and you didn't.
and then I think all the years I had no hair, how much I took advantage.
But you know what else is like that is my brother. My brother used to get crew cuts from when we were kids all
Yeah.
the way up to and then he shaved the bald. And one day he's got a full head of hair. And I'm like, what are you doing?
And who at the station?
Corey Pierce. I was
Yes.
just going to say,
I was-
have you seen him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, I'm like, that's a wig, right? And it's definitely not. But
If it was, that'd be pretty impressive.
right.
I
But-
think it is. I think it is
No, it's not. It's,
because he had shiny bald.
Mike ran his hand through it.
I did.
Did you? But they have glue and stuff.
It doesn't last that long. Have you seen the Mendez Netflix
Yeah.
thing?
I'm on episode 1, so those.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I hear
but
it's good.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of glue talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw the one where she just.
Rips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not too big of a spoiler because if you look at their mug shots now or like their
Yeah, he's wearing a
inmate-
wig and he's not wearing it in jail.
Right. So basically, like back then, he was going bald at like 18, and his dad forced him to get a wig
Oh,
because they
really?
didn't have hair plants at the time. So his dad forced him to get a wig, and like back then, we didn't have the technology that we do now. So they like glued it on
Why would your dad? Why would the
Because-
dad force
That
him to
family
get-
was
Be-
dysfunctional.
because they wanted him to
be sexier when he molested him?
Well, his really the big thing was his dad wanted him to go into politics, and at the time, that's the big myth is like you won't be successful in politics if you're bald, just like you won't be successful in politics if you're not married. They had all those
Yeah.
statistics. So the thing was is if you're starting to go bald now, you're going to be bald. So we have to fix this problem. So we don't have pictures of it. His dad was very like insightful into the future about like their
Yeah.
their careers and
Boy,
stuff
was
like
he
that.
wrong.
Nah.
Yeah. So anyway, and his brother didn't know that he was wearing a wig. They hid it from everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
I can't watch
according
that
to
show.
Netflix.
I can't watch that Netflix show because I hear about all the kid raping that was going on.
But you don't see any.
Yeah, but
It's
I don't need to hear about it.
It's
either.
just talks with their therapist. So that's the big thing is you don't see any, and it's just it's alluded to it for a lot of it, and then a lot of it is I was
and it's a father with the kids, right?
correct, and it was more of I don't want to ruin it, but it's been out for a
Well, tell
while.
me.
No, so his thought process.
I just said I don't want to hear it, and then I'm like, tell me. But tell
Yeah.
me.
So the dad's it goes a little bit deeper than this, but the surface part is he thinks like this is the way the Romans, the Spartans used to do it.
Toughen them up.
And so like he thinks it's more of a character building
Now, is he butt raping him or is he doing other stuff?
everything.
Really?
Oh man.
There's talk about putting cinnamon in his coffee to make things taste better.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
Is that true? Does that work?
Easy pineapple.
Oh, sorry.
But pineapple's true.
Yep.
I don't know about I don't know about cinnamon, but yeah, there's discussion of the kids basically covering all of his food in cinnamon.
Oh.
Gross.
So, but I thought the Netflix was really interesting because that was before I was born. So I had, I heard about it and I knew about it, references and stuff like that, but I didn't actually know the story.
The great thing is, as it was happening, is I don't think a lot of us knew it was a wig, and then all of a sudden he was in the mug shot, and you're like, what? He's wearing a wig?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they get into that and stuff like that. But the dad, very manipulative, very
Oh,
controlling.
it just seems horrendous. Like when you read about dummy Kim Kardashian saying that they should be retried and set free and all that, you're like, what? Then you hear these stories, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, but then you also hear the side of the brother.
Shopping sprees and
The bald brother, basically, like he was all about money, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna make up this story to do this and that." So at the end of the day, you don't know what was true, what was made up, what was real, and
where are they getting the psychiatrist sessions from?
So
Like, how are you not entitled to?
So back then, obviously, the laws were a little bit looser, and we basically the brothers got in trouble for robbing houses,
Right.
And they were mandated to go to therapy. That was part of their community service. They had community service and therapy, and the dad basically went in and like handed the therapist some money and was like, you will tell me
wow.
everything they tell you. And because they were minors at the time and we didn't have the laws that we do now, the therapist was like, okay, and allowed the parents to actually sit in on his therapy sessions.
Not like JP's therapist.
So and
Did JP go to a therapist?
So they were. I was listening to on the way here, and they were doing a replay.
Right.
And I guess JP was talking to his therapist, been to him for like 20 years, and said the therapist's son is getting into politics. JP was telling the therapist about certain things and congressmen and stuff and what have you, and the therapist sent a text to everything they discussed, thinking it was his son, and sent it to JP.
Oh my God.
It said 2 texts. You were listening. You were on the show when they did this, right, Diz?
Oh, 100%. I was blown away.
And so he unsent the text messages, and this was just last week's show. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
what did it say?
what did you remember saying? Like it was
Just basically like Mike said. It was just basically his session in a text message, touching on stuff
thought he was
that would
sending it
relate
to
to
his
the
son.
son.
Did he say
and he
who
goes,
it
"You're sending
was?
this to me, right?" And then he deleted it.
Did he
But I
say
mean,
like I
that's-
was talking to JP?
I don't know if he got that far, but JP confronted was like, really? What's going on here?
I have to tell you,
Isn't that like
my wife is a therapist?
It's a
and
violation.
She
Yeah.
she never tells me anything. I never know if some of her clients are listeners or any of that. She won't tell me anything because some listeners have reached out to me and said, "Hey, thank you so much. My your wife has been great." I'm like, I don't know anything about it. And the same thing with Dr. D. I've said this before. I've sent him friends of mine for medical stuff, and I'll be like, "Hey, how'd it work out with Bill?" And he's like, "I can't." I'm like, "I sent him to you. I know he's
Right.
going there." He's like, "I can't really do it." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
whatever."
so that's a huge violation, right?
Yeah.
That-
Gigantic.
like that-
Unless he's talking in generalities, if he's saying, "Hey,
Not
a
saying the
client of
name.
mine told me that you need to do this, this, and this," but didn't tell him, "Hey, JP was explaining this to me." I don't think that's that big of a
But
deal.
what it was,
What if he was like, "This little wimp I was talking to just said all this"?
Yeah.
Text this on that.
this little
Yeah.
bitch was crying about his
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah, right.
What?
After he got done with his daddy issues, he was telling me this.
it was inside information though about 2 politicians that JP was friends with, and the therapist's son is also running.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
the bad stuff. Yeah, so that's not good.
That's a huge violation.
Gigantic.
My
Wow.
therapist, I stopped going because she started kind of like alluding to other people she was working with.
Yeah,
Like,
see, that's a huge violation.
Yeah.
have you ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm? Because it was literally an episode like that. Like
Oh,
she had
really?
mentioned to me, she's like, "Yeah, I've been seeing this one guy who's been doing hip hop morning shows for like over 2 decades." I'm like,
Oh, Orlando.
And she's like, "No." I'm like, "He's the only one."
Yeah, you blew it.
Yeah.
I had a doctor do that to me one time. A doctor, I don't really want to say who, but he violated my rights by telling somebody else that I was one of his patients, and it got back to me. And I really thought about taking legal action against him, but there's nothing I could do to really prove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So-
It's all hearsay. And then by doing that, you're actually proving the point.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal either. It was just kind of one of the things I was like, well, that's just not right. You
Right.
know?
When I was working at 97X, I went to a doctor for a checkup, and right away he knew me and was asking me all these questions about like Fisher and Danielle and stuff.
really?
And it was
That's
like
so unprofessional.
It was super awkward and stuff. And I literally I had it was just for a checkup, and I was trying to. This was going to be my new primary care doctor, and I was like, no way, man.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
messed up.
He was like, "Oh, is Fisher cool?" And I was Danielle. I'm like, "What the hell?"
It's so unprofessional. I don't know how people get away with that.
Yeah.
I went to a doctor one time. I went to a therapist, and this was 15 years ago, maybe longer. She was the one that was. I asked her about getting on Lexapro, and she said to me, "I don't know if I can say this," and she said to me, "The Lexapro is good. It has no sexual side effects." And I said, "Oh, okay." I wasn't even thinking about that. And she goes, "Sometimes when you take an antidepressant, it takes away your sex drive." And she's like, "But with Lexapro, it does not." In fact, she said the opposite. Your wife will appreciate it more. And I was like, "Why?" And she goes, "Because it takes you longer to."
Right.
But she said the word started with a C, and I thought, Is that what doctors say? Like, is that
Yeah.
Is that a law? Is that a? I was like, I didn't mind it. Like, it was also because it was a woman and she was kind of hot, but I thought that's a little awkward for your doctor to be using that terminology.
When I went to that doctor that knew me from the radio, I could tell it felt like he was talking to me more as if he knew me, like we were friends.
Sure.
And I just met this guy 5 minutes ago, but just the way he was talking to me, he felt like he knew me, and it was very uncomfortable.
That is odd. And I don't need Danielle to come up in my therapy session.
No.
Then I'm like, well, since you brought her up.
He was asking about her feet, and it got weird.
Yeah.
I was like,
Crazy. All right. Is that it for news?
that is it for news.
Thank you, Gio.
Good job, Gio.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, some would say better than Galvin.
No, well,
I'm not going to
those
say
people
that.
would be smart people.
I was trying to rope you all in.
Nope,
I was
can't
like,
get
you know
me.
what Carmen said while you weren't here?
Nope.
We are live. It is Monday. Galvin is not here. He'll be back on Wednesday. Mike Olivero is sitting in with us. Dizzy's running the board. Pap is here keeping us online.
That's right.
We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. What is that noise? Is that the AC?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a portable AC unit and fans in here trying to keep us cool because of this air situation.
It's definitely better. It's working.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or maybe on that side of the room.
Now I want to buy one of these for the next time the storm comes.
No, I'm talking to a couple people right now about getting the whole house generator.
And
That would be nice.
if you buy one of those, if you don't have like a window, because I had a window that I couldn't put it in, that vent part in the back, put it in your bathtub.
Oh.
That's what everyone does.
In your bathtub?
Yeah, because there is some water that will come out because of the condensation in the air, the humidity and stuff like that. So if you like my window, it wouldn't fit in there. It wouldn't stay, you know? So what I saw, the hack was you put that part in the bathtub so it doesn't leak.
I
But that's
gotcha.
why you have to have it in a vented area or in a window, basically.
When you get the full house generator, you can sell me this one.
yeah.
No. I'm keeping that. You don't think I'm not going to plug that into the whole house generator?
on
I
top
need
of
this
it?
place
You'll
to be
have all your
cold.
AC.
I need this place to be cold.
You'll full
cold.
AC.
No, I bought that one on a whim one time during Prime Day.
Yeah.
And it sat in the box up until this hurricane.
We missed Prime Day. It was like 2 days ago.
And we missed it because of the hurricane.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, don't think my wife wasn't on it.
Oh, I bet they're gonna like push it back.
Hurricane won't stop Jews.
I couldn't
can
get
tell
it
you that.
on my phone to load.
Which I can tell you, I have not had a package delivered.
Yeah, I know.
And
So let me look really right now and let me see. Hold on.
But, like,
'cause they hit me up again last night and said that I like to mail Carmen packages.
yes,
Yeah.
because I had to order some stuff. For the room and everything, just hurricane stuff. But it was after the hurricane, so it was just like things that were top of mind that I put in my cart.
Yep.
And then when I went to go order it, they were like, "Yeah, this is gonna be to you in a month."
Right.
And I was like, "All right, well, I
Joe?
guess I'll just go buy it."
Yes, Michael.
Cat 6 Ethernet cable
Woo.
and a powered splitter
Yes.
both arrived.
Oh, excellent.
My extra lanterns that I order did not arrive.
Oh no.
I have all my battery powered fan did not arrive. I had to cancel all these. The thing that I'm sending to you, Carmen, says your delivery is still on the way.
Okay.
It order was placed October 4th, and it still does not have a date of when it's supposed to be there. But it says I'm sorry, the order was placed on October 1st.
Yeah, but the thing that you sent me, it did say it was going to be delivered between the 11th and the 15th. So we're still in that time frame. So, and again,
And on September 24th, I ordered my John Bon Jovi Funko Pop and still haven't gotten that
Yeah.
yet. Ridiculous.
yeah, it's going to be crazy.
What are you sending Carmen? What's going on?
Hey, don't worry about it.
Listen, you want to get ahead?
Pineapples.
You want to get ahead? There's pineapple.
Why is there secret deliveries going on?
She's got an extra thing of cinnamon.
Oh, all right,
Yeah,
all
buddy.
right.
You know why?
Okay.
You know why?
It's getting weird.
No, Carmen, the foundation sent something to her for one of her students,
Oh,
and I ordered it, a
The
week
day,
ago,
yeah.
and it still hasn't come yet.
Which we saw them yesterday. So Chad's been up at the school cleaning and just basically getting the football stuff down to ground zero and
Right.
his classroom and stuff. And a lot of the kids don't even have power, and they live pretty close to us and stuff. So basically Chad was like, I'm going to go open up the school to clean. If you guys want to come and help, you're more than welcome. And obviously, depending on if they were able to get out of their neighborhoods and stuff, a few of them came. And then the person that you bought that for was there yesterday. And I was really hoping that it would have come so I could go surprise them with it. But no biggie. Again,
They'll get here.
Yeah. And I'm excited. They'll be very excited.
Good.
So
Good.
sweet.
I'm glad
So-
to hear it.
I think I read this morning about 99% of restored power
Yeah.
across. Like most people have power back now, from what I can tell.
But still, I'm assuming the power company is estimating farther out. but they were saying like Hillsborough County will not be fully back up until Thursday.
Dude, I'd be losing my mind.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, they were sending generic messages out because the first one I got was like next Tuesday or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I found out that Joe had the exact same message, and he was in St. Pete, and I was in Land O'Lakes. I'm like, okay, this is just a blanket statement. They're just trying to, send to everybody.
Cover their ass.
Yeah, I mean, well, they got to let you know that they're working on something. But they didn't have an answer either. You know what I mean? But I will tell you, I think that I'm not trying to be all ass kissy, but they busted their ass because most places had power the next day.
They said after Milton, over 3 million people were without power.
Yeah.
1 million just in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, my wife kept getting updates from the electric company. They're like 100,000 out, 300,000 out, 800,000 out. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It's pretty amazing how quick they can. Because I was watching some videos of like what they're actually doing, how they're repairing some of these lines. It's crazy they can do it that fast.
What's the one thing you guys would have changed if you could change it, like to be prepared better? Like, what's the one thing you would have done better?
More drugs.
All right.
I wish I was the kind of person that could be like, man, I'm drinking during this thing and riding it out, and having fun, and not being responsible.
Outside of having more ways to charge things when after the power went out for like the days after, I kind of wish I would have boarded my windows up because there was a Thursday night where I was getting really, really nervous because things were hitting the windows.
Yeah.
And I literally thought, man, it's going to suck if one of these windows breaks.
That's what I was thinking. That I can't board up my whole house because it'd just be too much. But we boarded up the back because I thought if the pool cage went down.
That was the thing that made me super nervous.
You know what? Wouldn't it be too much? In February, when there's no hurricanes and no one's buying plywood, that's when you need to set a reminder in your phone on February 1st to be like, hey, go get hurricane ready to go get all those things. And then it won't be that expensive.
Yeah, I think I'm just looking to get into hurricane windows. Like the ones that
the weather time Michael hooked that up.
Expensive.
They are.
Those are really expensive.
But you know what?
Worth it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Joey from Templar I was talking to him and I go, you all set? And he goes, yeah, I got hurricane rated windows. And I go, I don't know if I do. And he goes, you don't. I've been there. And I was like, oh, that hurts. That hurts. He was so positive about it.
You think that it is, though. You're like, oh, of course. Then you're like, oh, you not at all.
No.
So I bought my townhouse a couple years ago, and Chad and I have been working on hopefully getting a house with a yard for our dogs. You know what I mean? Like upgrading basically. And after this, we were sell the townhouse or whatever. And we're like, we are keeping that. We are renting it out. And then hurricane season, we are leaving it open.
Yeah.
I know somebody that might need a room, a place to stay. So.
Okay. I have one available, but I don't know.
I want to give out a shout out to, but I got to get this right real quick. Billy from I don't know the name of his company. I gotta stop.
Billy.
So Billy with Gallery Custom Homes. So Billy is a friend of Joey from Templar, and I was trying to find plywood, and Billy was the coolest. He texted me and he was like, "Go to Tibbetts Lumber on 41 and 54. You get what you need, and just tell them to put it on my bill." And I was like, "All right, that's awesome." And I couldn't get Tom. I couldn't get a hold of Tom to go pick it up, and they closed at 5 o'clock. And I was like, "Just go tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning." Closed for the hurricane. I was like, I had it right there. I was so close. Yeah, thankfully, Tom stole that plywood from the other guy at Home Depot, and we were able to get 16 sheets up. So at least we had something.
How are you gonna get the stuff down now?
It's down already, buddy.
Oh, really?
It's in the garage. You didn't see it?
No,
Who took it down?
The same people that put it up.
Wow.
Is Big Dick coming over to put your TVs back up?
I sure hope so. I sure hope. And you know what, though? He was out here with me the other day, and he goes, "You want me to take that TV down for you?" I go, "Don't worry about it. It's not, he goes, "It's 3 screws." And I was like, "All right, if you don't mind." And then I had another one, and he goes, "What about that one?" I go, "That one doesn't even turn on. I don't know what it is."
Yeah.
He goes, "Let me just take it down." If he didn't take it down, they would have been everywhere.
Yeah, man.
They would have been everywhere.
It was crazy.
Yeah. I am mostly lazy, but I'm also just very nonchalant. I'm like, whatever happens, happens.
Nonchalant elephant.
But I don't realize how much that nonchalantness could have caused me in problems, you know? So thankfully I have people around me. Although my wife's a little bit much, man. She was really, I got to tell you, she was really getting on my case about things.
Oh, when I left here, what was it, Wednesday?
Yeah.
She was really like watching.
nervous.
And she was watching the news nonstop. Like, you can't watch it nonstop.
Yeah.
My favorite is she goes, "Should we leave?" I go, "Where are we going to go?
Yeah.
Or should we leave?" And I was like, "You should leave."
We thought about leaving at one point.
Well, the roads were crazy.
Yeah.
We weren't going far. And I don't know if you guys know this. I had a listener reach out. They lived in Plant City. They said their neighbor's house across the street completely gone.
Really?
And think about how inland that is compared to
Yeah,
us.
but what kind of house and you
right.
know.
But again, it doesn't matter. You can't run or hide from this. I know the saying is you run from water, hide from wind.
Yep.
You can't run or hide from anything.
No.
If you're in that path, you don't know what's going to happen.
We had to move our camper, so we were thinking just take it and just head up up north
camper, yeah.
and stay there for a couple days.
You
but
could literally pull over anywhere over there, and you have AC.
But
go
then
to Daytona.
Then we looked at the roads and we're like, at this point, it's too late. You're gonna be just sitting on the roads, waiting.
And it's crazy all the tornadoes that touched down.
That was pretty
127
insane.
of them.
That was pretty insane.
Because I heard there was some in Plant City that touched down
Yep.
around that area.
That'll do it. That'll take a house out.
But even people were literally just sitting on the highway and videoing tornadoes coming at them.
And we have no basement.
Yeah, what do you do? Like at
Where
that
you go?
Well, for those, you're trained to get in the ditch.
Yeah.
Technically.
Ditch?
Get at the lowest point.
Jump in the sinkholes.
If you're on a highway
Yeah.
and you see a tornado coming, you're supposed to get off, park your car, and then go into the ditch because in a highway.
What ditch?
The ditch on the side of the road. All roads have a ditch because
the median
it's
ditch?
off to the side, off to the right side.
Yeah.
It's where where the runoff, the water runs off to.
You mean on the ditch?
You know what? You son of a
So
bitch.
I say
Son
just
of a
kiss your
bitch.
ass
Listen,
goodbye at that
I'm
point.
from Michigan, and this is what they train you to do in tornado.
Get in the ditch, but we don't have a lot of ditches.
But
here.
all roads have ditches.
They
All,
do?
all highways do. Yes, there's always because of runoffs for water.
Yeah.
So they don't flood.
Okay, so you get in the ditch.
So you get in the ditch. If a tornado is coming at you,
You sit in your don't sit in your car?
you don't sit in
I
your.
would sit in my car.
Yeah, I'm not going to
The
the ditch.
Oh,
tornado's
ditch.
taking your car.
Yeah, but it would take me in the ditch.
No, it won't because
Why, 'cause I'm fat?
So no, but that's why you go in your basement because tornadoes do not go underground. So
Okay.
because Florida, we're all flat and we don't have basements, you can't get in
We have
basement.
ditches.
But that's why you go to the lowest ground in your. If you're in
Yeah.
your house, you go to your lowest ground. If you're on the road,
I don't believe you. This
you
is-
go
that
in the
doesn't sound
ditch.
right.
Yeah, you're trying to push us on the ditch.
No, I'm not taking this advice.
It's like your
Anyone
father
else?
got the girls in the ditch.
Listen,
Yeah.
anyone that has ever lived in a tornado-prone state, please back me up
No.
on this because this is what they teach you.
No.
I gotta admit, I saw the Twister movie, the new one.
Yeah.
And at one point, they hopped in an empty pool. And they're like,
Yep.
"We'll be
Thank
safe
you.
here." And I go,
'Cause
"I don't know enough about
they
tornadoes to know if that's true or
they
not."
don't
but,
go
But Izzy, were they
underground.
safe?
I'm on your side, Carmen.
Yeah, they were safe. They were like, "Just get low and like,
That
put your
that
stomach
one
to the
guy
ground."
got taken out.
Yeah, he gets sucked out.
Well,
Yeah, but because he stood up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He
You got
was,
sucked out of the pool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he stood up.
but he stood up, so he was in the wind. In the wind,
Wind grabbed him.
Yeah,
I'm not going to have time to drain my pool, though.
No.
You guys are all going to be crouched down. I'm going to be standing perfectly fine, jumping around.
Disney's
you
so
dive?
little, the wind doesn't get him.
Yeah. True. Can you dive in a pool?
Yes.
Like, what if the pool is full and the tornado was
I'm
coming?
under the
Hold your
water.
breath.
well, no, because then you wouldn't be able to hold your
breath?
breath long
But
enough.
does it suck the water out?
It will suck the water
Oh,
out.
I don't want to be caught up
man.
in
Yeah,
that.
no.
Right.
So pool is going to suck the water out, but if I'm in the 2-foot ditch, I'm
You're fine.
safe.
You're fine in the ditch. Does it go
No,
underground?
I'm not
It
doing that.
gives you
No, I'm
a
not doing that.
better chance than in your car.
Honey,
You know-
get out of the car.
that
We're
was
going to
fun.
the
How
ditch.
about this? You die, I'll be in the ditch. All of you guys die, and I will
Yeah.
live knowing that I was right and you were wrong, and I will laugh at all your graves.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I will.
That escalated quickly. I just don't believe the science.
I just wanted to go in the ditch with you.
Should've went in the ditch.
No,
Should've
you
went
can
in the
come in the
ditch.
Oh,
ditch.
all right, all
if you
right,
come in the ditch, I will not laugh at you.
So, like, if Mike died and you survived, would you still call it the Mike Calta Show?
No, I'm not doing radio.
No, you're not doing it all.
If I die, you're out?
Yeah. I'm one and done, baby.
That made me feel good.
Oh,
Carmen.
so you're that guy
in
a ride or
Texas.
die.
Listen, I've been here for 13 years. If you think I'm going to do this again with somebody else, you are out of your mind. I have too much invested in you, and I don't think I would put up with anyone's crap again.
What's that guy's name? Kid Craddock?
Kid Craddock,
Yeah.
that's what it
They
is.
still, guy's been dead for 5 years. They
Yeah.
still call it the Kid Craddock Show.
I'm out. If they bring in a new Mike Calta, sorry, guy, you're on your own.
Yeah. I'm with you on that
Yeah,
one, man.
I'm going with you.
Well,
Whoa.
Maybe not that
get in
far,
the ditch.
but yeah.
All right.
yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk about this because then I hear them on the news going, he was talking about if he died just 3 days earlier.
Yeah. Listen, you got me nervous.
Now I feel like they're going to go, it's like he knew. It was exactly 3 days.
You got me nervous a couple years ago. You were talking about your retirement after this contract and stuff, and you were like, maybe not, but maybe not. And then I was like, well, what do I do? Because I'm not going to keep doing
So
this.
can I be honest with you? There are days like today where I feel like this is it. It's after this contract, it's over.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, I'll come in and be like, man, if it could be as easy as this every day, I'll do it. And today's not bad. Today's just we're down a man. It's hot in here. It's it's just like not normal.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like I could do this forever, but also I wouldn't mind being retired either.
And spending your money, going and traveling, and
Yes.
you know what I mean. Like you worked your whole life.
I
go
wish
enjoy,
I had
go
all the
enjoy some
money
of it.
that you would think that I have.
Listen, your kids get out of this house. You sell this house.
Yeah,
you
I'm
and your
good
wife
there.
can retire.
I'm
You're
good
fine.
there. Yeah.
But I'm saying there's a lot of people, Gio, myself, Pap, that is not in our future.
If I
gotta
sell
tell
this
you.
house, I will be good.
Yeah.
Gio, I mean, everybody moves a slot. Galvin moves into my slot. Gio can clearly do news.
Yeah, but Galvin doesn't want that.
Well,
Well, you move.
But-
How do you know?
But I'm just talking about retirement in general. They're saying like our forecast, like for the future and stuff, because of all the money that they gave to all.
that's your generation.
Yeah, we're screwed. I'm going to be working at Walmart for the rest. I'm going to die there greeting
be an
people.
ugly greeter.
Same.
Yeah, but again, but that is what the economy and everything. That's what they're projecting for our future. So like that makes me sad.
Listen
so
to me.
when you say I could retire, I'm like, do it.
Listen to me. Remember Mike Calta when we started working together?
Yeah.
I didn't have a pot to piss in. If it wasn't for you giving me free CDB pizza buffet coupons, I wouldn't have had any of it. CC's, whatever it was.
Pizza buffet.
Yeah, pizza buffet coupons and
TVs.
TVs, like all the stuff I had because of Mike Olivero. Without him, I would have had nothing. And now look at me.
Yeah, now
I
look at
have.
you.
So any minute now, you should be getting all this
now,
stuff.
now you get to retire and leave him behind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give all this stuff back to you.
Back to the ditch.
Great. I'm going to get a 1996 32-inch TV.
Square, not even flat screen.
Fast forward like 10 years, and Mike's like, man, you're still working, huh?
Yeah.
That's going to
sucks.
suck.
I don't know. What are we in now? We're in
2024.
24. I'm
You're
53.
Oh, yeah.
So let's say I go 7 more years, but I think I have
7? No, you're not doing 7.
How many's left on this
You're not
deal?
doing
2 more
7.
years left on this contract.
Yeah.
Do you sign another contract?
Oh, yeah.
It depends.
No.
I'll tell you
On what?
If Jason's here.
Jason will be here.
If Jason's here, I sign another contract. If he's not, then
Another
I leave.
5-year?
No way.
Maybe.
So you
If
go
it could
till
be
you're
as
60.
If it could be as easy as this, yes. To be number one and not be hassled every day and be happy, yes, I would do that. I mean, think about it. I mean,
You sign Jason retires.
well, that's the thing. Then I have it out. I have it out in my closet. I can
Okay.
retire if he retires.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
We're the same
We're
age.
I mean, if they're going to keep giving you the money, why would you leave?
Because, like
To
Carmen
go
said, I
enjoy
would
life.
like to go enjoy life. I'd like to. Like, here's my worst problem. I was supposed to be off Friday, and I was supposed to be off today.
Yep.
And obviously, that's because of the hurricane that didn't happen. But there are days like that, like long weekends with my wife, that I'd like to go do something and go away. Or like if there's a concert somewhere and I want to go take a couple of days off and go see it. Or like Galvin went to Vegas this weekend. He doesn't get to do that but once a year. You know what I mean?
So do like the Stern contract when he first signed with Sirius XM. Just take the summer off.
No, but who wants that? Then what do you guys have to listen to? Reruns for the summer?
We take a day off now. And
Or
people
then
like,
we have
yeah.
to work while he's gone.
Right.
We
That's
already
not
hate
cool.
doing that.
Yeah.
people on social media like, oh, they took another day off. These scumbags.
Yeah.
You know,
I've never seen anybody get so much vacation time as you. Really?
Yeah.
I don't take nearly the amount of vacation that I'm entitled to.
Right.
I have like 10 weeks of vacation that I don't even take.
And
You, know,
most
you have unlimited PTO. And there's some
Right.
people at the station that take the unlimited
Who
PTO.
does that?
oh, yeah.
Tell us who. We're not gonna do it.
Olivero,
Like,
come
just
on.
mouth it to me and then I'll say it.
Ice cream.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Ice cream.
I mean, do you know where he was
Yeah, I do.
when he
Where?
bitched about that?
I know he's out of the country.
He was here for the hurricane, honestly.
No. But when he was bitching about his ice cream being taken that wasn't taken,
Good day. Hello.
he was over the pond.
Oh.
And he was with his kids.
He was at Outback Steakhouse.
Do you know?
No.
That guy's got enough money to take his kids to London for 2 weeks, but he doesn't have enough money to buy ice cream.
But exactly.
I work in the wrong department.
Yeah.
Do you know? Allegedly, according to JoJo, you might want to get her on air. That the ice cream actually was never taken.
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah.
we talked about that.
Oh, okay.
We got the email. Yeah, we updated.
He removed some people from his social media too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I saw a couple people got eliminated. I was one. I was mad in the chopping, which
You
I'm
didn't make
okay
the
with.
cut.
I don't even like the guy.
Oh my God. Okay.
See, Dizzy, that's why I like you so
Putting it all
much.
out there.
I have no problem saying when I don't like somebody.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah, especially
I'm
if
not
they don't
gonna
like
step
you
on
either.
eggshells. Huh?
Especially if they don't like you either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like a lot of people right now, but there were times where I didn't, and I'd just be like, I don't like them.
Dizzy hated me for the longest time.
Yeah, he told me that a lot.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. He said.
Why? Did you steal his bananas?
No,
No, it's because I got written up by him because of.
But why did
else.
why did I have to write you up?
Because you stunk like weed?
Yeah.
Ah!
Honestly.
But why did I have to write you up?
Because of my
somebody else.
boss at the time.
The boss didn't want to go handle it, so they asked me to go handle it for them. Yeah.
And it's better that Olivero does it than the other boss because that write-up would have been a lot different.
Yeah, probably.
So
You're probably right.
So
Yeah.
you should be thanking Olivero.
Interesting.
Mine.
He would avoid me in the hall. He would avoid me in the hallways. He'd see me coming. He'd go around the other way.
You turn.
Remember when we were fighting and I would avoid you?
Oh, you told me you hated me. You wanted me to die.
I didn't even say that.
No,
I did.
Mike Calta did.
Oh, I
Why?
He goes, I hope
I
you
was
die.
mad at Did I say I hope you die? I
Yeah,
don't think I
you
said
did.
that. I mean, I don't know how you heard
in
it.
a
It said in my
meeting.
head.
In a meeting, a promotion meeting, you said, I hope you die.
Why did I say that?
What?
Because you were mad at me
I know
for
but
something I didn't even do.
I had that. I kind of.
I was the messenger again.
Wow.
From
You-
now on,
you
I am
got
nobody's
caught.
messenger
You
ever
got
again.
caught in the middle. You got caught in the middle.
Ever again.
I hope
I've
you
only
die.
I've only hated you and Melanie, but the two people I love the most. So it's an emotional
Great.
whirlwind around here.
You helped me when I had nothing. I hope you die.
Well, he made me very mad.
You said this on air, I think last week, but I'd rather you spit in my face than come pretend to be we're cool, and then behind my back you're like, I can't stand this guy.
Yeah, the Jeff Gigante rule. Like, I hate when people, that's a guy who kisses my ass when he sees me and then talks
that was
a bunch
the guy,
of smack
yeah,
behind
okay.
my back. Just be men about it. Just be like, I don't like you. Because I'll happily tell you that I don't like you.
I am in awe of the way you can pull that off on people.
It's not like I have a superpower. It's you need to realize that you only, I mean, I'm 53 years old and unhealthy. So I may not live past 75 if I make it that far. So what am I going to do between 53 and 75? I'm not going to be kissing other people's asses and worry about their feelings. If a guy is a dick to me, or if a guy doesn't like me, or if a guy does something that I find appalling, I'm just going to be like, I don't want to have anything to do with you.
It's funny because there's times that I get caught in the middle and people are, wow, how come Mike doesn't like me? I don't know. He won't return my call.
Ask me. I'll tell you.
Right. There's a certain towing company and stuff that,
There's a what?
a certain towing company.
Oh, Steps Towing?
Yeah.
They're horrible.
Yeah, I
They're
don't wanna give
horrible
anyone.
people whose employees came over and said racist things to our people
Yep.
in our building, and they're complete and utter ass kissers that can't stand up for themselves. So when that guy tries to say hi to me at Monster Jam, he goes, "Hey," and I go, "Nope," and I walk away from him. That's
Funny.
it.
I find it amusing when you do that.
But also. It's so much better than being hypocritical and being like,
True.
"Oh, hey, how you doing?" Okay, and then be like, "I hate that guy."
But there's also a lot of people that aren't in your position that you don't want to burn those bridges. 'Cause
I don't. I think I've done this my whole life. Ask Mike. I
Yeah.
think I've done this my whole life.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Most.
I mean, he wouldn't have told me he hated me, hoped I die if he wasn't that way.
It was true. It was true.
But when was that? Were you giving him fish food and TV at the time, or were we past that? Did he have his own house?
Oh, he had his own house.
There you go.
Yeah.
So he was in a different position. He knew, but before that, he wouldn't have said that to you.
I might have taken his free food at the time. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I hated him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
right.
you get to a certain point where you can say that to certain people.
I was very hungry.
I can say it to certain people, but I can't say it to you.
You can.
I wouldn't. I don't.
Thank
but,
you.
know what I mean? But there is a position. You get to a
Yeah,
position
like
where you can say it to everybody. You're at that position. I'm at a position where I have to pick and choose who I say it to.
I loved when Bob Neal worked here, who was the head of the company but happened to live in Tampa, even though our headquarters are in Atlanta. And people are like, if you don't do this, he's going to hotline you and yell at you. And I go, no, he's not. And they were like, why? I go, because I'll tell him to go. And they're like, you're fired. I go, well, that's how I live my life. There's no way I'm going to be an adult man and have another man call up and yell at me like they did to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't talk about it. What was that?
Tom Palavini yelled at him
Yeah. For what?
for a mistake that Tom made.
Oh, it was a mistake years ago.
He
Just tell him to go play with his Disney dolls
Yeah.
and shut up.
Well, at the time, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to get fired."
Yeah, I mean,
So I just
look,
took it.
right, and
But I had just been fired from iHeart like a month earlier,
Oh.
so I'm like, I'm not in a position right now to get fired
Right.
again.
samesies.
Yeah, like I just got let go. My son was like 7 months old. I had no money.
Right,
Did you
Yeah.
guys arrive at the same time at Cox?
I was there a little bit
A
before.
little bit
him.
before, yeah.
Right.
But I got in canned. I'm like, I cannot get fired from another radio company in this town.
I had given my blessing for Gio. I told Shark, I'm like, this is really
Yeah.
good, Gio. And I didn't really even know if Gio was good. I just know that on his demo tape, he had a bit called Future Gio that I stole from him, and I felt bad that I stole his bit, so I had to try and get him a job. This is the reason why he works here, is because I felt so bad about stealing his bit.
And I basically stole it from Phil Hendry.
Yeah, so it worked out perfect. It worked out perfect.
I don't like Joe. I tell Joe all the time.
True. It's why you guys have such a
That's why we have
happy life.
Yeah, we're very honest.
That's
Joe,
very
and you
true.
call him what?
A scumbag.
Yep.
Yeah, see?
He says that with a smile.
I like the honesty.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It honestly just makes your life. No, I'm not saying go out there and start telling people you hate them, but there's no sense in being fake with people.
No.
Yeah, if you don't like somebody,
Yeah, don't be around them.
I just don't interact with you.
Maybe I use
Is that
their
why
names.
you don't talk to me?
Yeah.
Maybe I use people's names more than some people do, but I feel like that's the proper way to be. Because one day I'll be out and I'll see one of these guys. Now they know. I'm not going to say hi to him. He already said he doesn't like me.
I feel like you definitely want the people to, that person or
Without
whoever,
a doubt.
to know that you don't like them.
Because
whereas I won't even like what I'm not even going to bother with that person.
I'm in a situation now. If I go out to a place and I see Jeff Gigante,
That's
and
true.
he'll come over and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And now he'll be like, "Nope, that guy doesn't like me."
Yeah.
Or he may walk by and be like, "You're an asshole," and I'm like, "Oh, and now we both
Right.
don't like each other. It doesn't matter to me."
Why have the awkward exchange when it's not real anyways? Yeah.
Right. Just go ahead and put it all out there. I love these days. Now I'm trying to think of like, who else can I talk about?
Yeah.
Who complained about me hosting the show the other day?
Who complained about you?
You said people complain when you guys aren't here and stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I saw some stuff on social media. We're like, oh, I bet they're not going to be live Monday because they're lazy and jerk offs.
Well, no.
I rarely get complaints about you.
So when I was on the air Monday, I said this. Mike had this pre-planned
Friday.
for the whole Friday.
Well, but hold on. But just real quick.
Yeah.
I had a pre-planned
you
Friday,
did.
but
Weeks
also
ago.
my plan was to try and come in. One, I had no power, and two, the bridges were closed,
Right,
so I
yeah.
couldn't get in there even if I wanted to. Which was my intention was to come in on Friday after the hurricane, but I had no way to do it.
Yeah,
it
and
was physically impossible to
When
do.
I was saying they're out Friday, I said Monday too. They had pre-planned and everything. Nobody called to complain or anything.
Wait a second. How did you get there?
How'd I get there? I drove.
I thought the bridges were closed.
No, I came in. They were open Friday morning.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Oh wow.
I was going across the Howard Franklin like 85.
Oh, we are losers.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I had no
Yeah.
Galvin. Galvin was out. I had no power at my house. I mean, it would have been a struggle to be there on Friday.
Yeah. I got
Yeah, I wouldn't have been there.
We had fun.
But,
No, but honest-
seriously,
But yeah, because honestly, like to get out of my out of where I live, just
Yeah.
my little area of 2 blocks, 2 miles, whatever. Like I had to. It would have taken me a half hour to get to the highway, which then would have taken me another hour to get to work. So
Right.
that's me leaving at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that's no fun.
That's just, it doesn't make sense.
No.
You know what I mean? Like there's no point when we didn't really have any updates except for a lot of power was out.
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, the station was out for a while too.
exactly.
Finally got power back Friday at 5:00
In the morning.
No, afternoon.
Oh, so would you run on generator for
Generator
morning
on
show?
Monday morning. All the
It
studios.
was just the studios had
yeah,
power.
there was no AC in the building.
Oh!
There was no internet.
Yeah, exactly. We were.
No.
It was hotter
No.
than it is here before you brought the air conditioning.
Let's
in.
not be crazy. now.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
Speaking of power, there's 118,000 people in Tampa still without power and 108,000 in Pinellas according to power outage.
man.
But listen, compared to the million that we started off with,
It was
No.
250 yesterday, and they restored a bunch of it. So
Yeah.
good job to
So
all the
we're
linemen out there and the first responders. Incredible.
What a job to have. I mean, wow.
and
There-
this is Charlie that's on now. So he's at Feeding Tampa Bay now, and they're preparing food. You got the barbecue that's over there at the elementary school that I was talking about earlier. I'm sure there's a lot of people doing this, so spread the word around and
Smoking
let them know.
Aces.
Smoking Aces in Plant City, across
Plant
from
City. Stingray Chevrolet.
oh nice.
What are they doing?
They got their cooker out and they're serving food as well.
Oh, let me tell you,
So-
I might be worth faking. I'm gonna go over there and be like, I ain't got no power, so I am hungry. That food is so good.
I can tell you, I did not see this, but I was listening to our station. What was it? Thursday, I think, when we were still running Fox 13. Charlie was out doing a live shot, and he said, well, before he even started his live shot, a group of linemen came and left before he was done with his report. That's
Doing
how
other stuff. Yeah.
to another box, but that's how quickly they were moving and getting this. But like literally, there was still water on covering most of the roadways, and they were out there just busting butt going.
So now I
box
want to
box.
see what's going on with the water in these lakes and rivers that are still overflowing. I mean,
Yeah.
people in Wesley Chapel have water totally encroaching on their homes. now.
Wesley Chapel and Newport Richie's getting it really bad.
Yeah.
Over
Like-
Thousand Oaks. What about Fowler? Is that still flooded or no?
It was the last time I saw
I
it.
was taking a
Fowler
kayak
from
down
what?
it. It was just crazy. The water was
so right now, like right there by USF on Fowler Avenue, it's by Busch Gardens. It was,
where the mall is too.
Yeah, where the mall is.
From what?
Just I guess the water's got nowhere to go. There was so much water. It looked like an ocean. It was crazy.
Insane.
And this water just came out of nowhere. You know.
What about that apartment complex in Clearwater?
Yeah, same
They're
thing.
supposed to non-evacuation zone, and they had to rescue a bunch of people from there.
They did 500 people in that apartment building. That's insane. A bunch of people are hitting me up on social media saying that gas has been pretty good, that they're waiting at the most 15 minutes if they had to wait for gas. So that seems like it's under control. All right, we got to take a break. We're running way behind. Is Ian coming today or no?
No, he is not.
He's not. Okay, yeah, I know. He's over there making the kava by hand.
Yeah.
We'll find out how we did in our football picks when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. Before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at, excuse me, my friends at, you know what? I'll tell you when we come back because I'm going to choke to death. It's the Mike Calta Show at 102.5 The Bone. All right, I'll tell you something I'm not very excited about.
What?
Time to do our football picks. Find out how we did this week. I don't know. I just know one team that I picked, and everybody went, really? And I went, yeah. And that was Arizona. And I saw they got their asses handed to them. So, Carmen, I will turn it over to you, and you will tell me, as usual, who came in dead last and work our way up in the football picks.
All right. Dead last with 8 wins. We did a lot better than last week, people. Remember, last week, Martine lost with 3 wins.
Yeah.
So, this week, in last place with 8 wins, Ian Beckles.
Oh, you know, he played.
Next up on the list with 9 wins, Mike Calta.
That hurts, but I didn't lose.
And Pat Pat.
Oh, the champion.
All right.
You suck, Joe.
Ever since Joe started picking first, he's down in the bottom.
Imagine that.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Surprise, surprise.
I don't know what that means.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
With 10 wins, Martine.
He also played.
With 11 wins, Galvin. And myself.
Suck it.
And this week's winner, back-to-back wins.
Yes.
Gio.
Wow.
Yes.
And I have the standings now, and I have simplified it for everybody.
Can you explain that? I don't even know what the final bet is. Or none of that
So
stuff.
we're going to go, the winner will win $300. The person in last place pays the most. They pay $100.
So who are they paying?
They're paying the winner.
Just the winner.
Yes. Just
Okay.
the winner will win.
So if I'm in last place, I pay the winner $100.
$100. And then the next will pay $80, and then $60, and then $40, and then $20.
Okay.
Up until the winner, and then the winner doesn't pay anything. And I think it's around $300 or $310 or something like that is what they'll win. And how we're gonna do it is the winner is based on wins alone, week wins. But if there is a tie, then that will be decided by losses.
Okay.
So let's say you and I have 1 win.
Right.
And I have 0 losses, but you have a loss. Therefore, I win.
Gotcha.
I beat you.
I don't think I'm in any danger of winning or losing. Well, I mean, I'm going to lose at some point.
Well, Michael, I can tell you right now.
All right.
In last place with 0 wins and 1 loss.
Martine.
That is you, Mike Calta.
Oh.
You have not won a week, but you did lose a week.
So I may come in last.
Yes.
All right. Wow, really?
Yes. Don't worry, you're not too far behind because with 1 win and 1 loss is Ian, Martine, and myself.
Oh, okay. So I'm in the loser group.
Yes. And again, we're very early on. We're only week 6. We're going to 18 weeks.
Okay.
So this is going to change a lot.
Yeah.
Next.
Is it?
Next, with 1 win, 0 losses, Galvin.
Okay.
3 wins, 1 loss.
Oof.
Gio.
Wow, you're on fire.
And with 3 wins, 0 losses, Pat Pap.
Unbelievable.
So as of now, Pat Pap is winning our football picks.
Read them and wheat.
So again, this is why you pick first.
I had 1 bad week.
You haven't won since you've been picking first.
Yeah.
You realize that?
What? That doesn't mean anything.
It It literally
kinda means
explains
a lot.
It explains
No,
everything.
What it means is you guys can't stand to see me win, so you're changing the rules
No.
and making me
That's
pick
not a
first.
rule
not
change.
changing rules.
Oh, that sounds like it. Nobody
We're
else
exposing you.
How come the last person that won the week before didn't have to pick first? If that's the rule, then
All right,
great.
I like that. Then Gio picks first.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
right.
pick second.
Oh Jesus!
I have no problem at all doing that.
Okay.
But then you're
I'm-
going to pick all the teams that Gio picks.
Exactly.
No, absolutely
That's
not.
the thing. So honestly, how we should do it is the loser should pick first
I agree.
and go in that order. Go by who lose the law. You know what I mean?
I say blind submission. Nobody knows.
Well, you are supposed to have your picks before we do this.
Yeah.
I need to
Well,
think about
last
it at
week
the
was-
time.
Yeah, you need to
I
hear
mean,
what everyone
last
else is picking and go with the flow.
But that's why
Yeah.
he has to go
That's
first.
what I did last time. That's what I've been done every time.
Right, but that's why you have to go first because if you're basing
No,
your picks on the
unfair.
rest of us.
Nope. I feel like I'm being singled out. It's
Yeah,
unfair.
you are.
You got
And
a
you're
little-
not good at this, and all of a sudden you're winning.
Sorry,
You're
but
a
it
little-
is gambling.
You're a little suspect.
Yes.
That's
A
all
little
right.
suspect.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when I do well, there has to be something wrong.
Yes.
Is that what you're?
Yes.
All right.
What we should do.
That's kind of just a rule of thumb with you, I
I
think.
don't think that
we
sounds
should
fair.
submit our picks, and then you have to go based on those picks.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
But
like,
yeah, sometimes you want to change it,
Yeah.
and sometimes you find out information.
and I hear sometimes when everybody's like, Rams. I'm like, I'm not so confident in the Rams.
Yeah,
I take the Jaguars.
you do go against us a lot,
Yeah.
so I would say, yeah, let's keep doing it this way because I was the loser.
Clearly, if you just copy my picks, you're going to probably win. So,
Right. That's why you can't go first.
yeah.
But that's also why you're in second place.
Well, I got.
You're
I had,
not winning,
I had
so-
one bad
He's
week.
coming back.
Yeah,
He's coming back.
had a bad week.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So there you have it.
Still don't
And do we
see
have
fair.
Death Pool?
Oh, I'm not playing that.
man,
Oh no,
That means
it's definitely.
we don't get Spanish's money for Death Pool.
Yeah, we're out on that. So we're down to.
We should pay that up front next year.
No. Yeah.
Put it in escrow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I'd
remember
almost
we
rather
were.
pay it up front.
We were gonna put it in like a Venmo account.
Yeah.
But Brohande, we didn't want him having
We don't trust him with the money.
his mitts on over $1,000 because
Oh.
what I think it's 1,100 or something like that is
Yeah.
the grand prize
It's
with
nice Christmas time money.
without emergency picks.
And I'm really
included.
curious about it this year because I'm going to win it and I want my money.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Well,
I'm glad I'm not playing
You are playing. You made
are.
picks and
Yeah.
you're playing. You know
against
what?
my will.
Well, it
Against
doesn't
my
matter. We're
will.
gonna
not
beat it out of
against
you.
you.
Against my will.
We made you pick 20 people against your will.
Yeah, for
No.
a rigged game.
Good. We're going to make you pay against your will.
A
too.
rigged
Was
game.
Mike Barton this year or last year?
It was this what?
It's not Mike
It
Exactly.
was this year.
This year, Mike Martin.
Exactly.
Mike
Mike
Martin.
Martin.
Yeah.
You
That's
said,
what I said.
Mike Barton.
Mike Martin.
You did say Barton.
Yeah.
No, Martin.
I heard Barton.
Yeah, I don't have the energy to go down the Mike Martin trail again.
I sided with you on that one.
Almost everybody did.
No.
No,
Except the
that's
jerk-
why you didn't get the point.
It's not true.
The jerks I worked with did not.
Oh,
The people who
The
really matters
honest
to you.
humans
Nope.
that keep you in check.
The whole world was against you.
Hold- I'm trying to pull it up right now, but
What are you trying to pull up? The
the
death
death
pool?
pool because I know someone made an emergency pick and got points.
Oh.
So there has been movement in the numbers.
Hey, Dizzy, I can't control the phones from here, so if we have phone calls, you got to let me know. 800-771-1025. I see you got somebody on hold. Are they still there?
No.
Okay, so if that comes in, let me know because I can't even see if the phone lines are ringing.
I'm surprised Love Tiger hasn't called from the hospital.
Well, that's what I was hoping for. I
Yeah.
just looked up to see if maybe he was holding on, and I don't see any love. Now, when he called you guys, did he call from a phone or did he call from his Facebook chat?
I don't know. Dizzy, you were doing the phones that day. Do you remember?
No, he called from a regular phone, I guess.
Probably
Hospital phone.
Yeah.
So I do have the points now for the
Okay,
death pool.
What you got?
So in last place with 0 points, Ian Beckles.
Okay.
Then we jump up to 52 points, Pat Pap.
Okay.
Geo has 61 points.
Doesn't count.
Galvin has 141 points,
Okay.
which I think he got brought down because Tony made an emergency pick
I
and
think he did a called shot.
or called
actually.
shot.
Yeah.
For, let me guess, Eunice Kennedy?
Ethel Kennedy.
Ethel Kennedy. Okay.
And he is at 155 points.
So
And-
he called his shot on Ethel Kennedy?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what I saw on Twitter. It's not loading completely. I only have the
And then she died.
and she died.
Ooh, that's a pretty good move.
Right. So it says here he got 87 points for her.
Still nowhere near the champ.
And then we could jump up to me, who has 173, who's right on your tail
The angel of death.
with 313 points.
Yeah, this is why I'm not playing.
You are playing.
Why, 'cause you're losing?
No, because Mike Martin, when I called the shot, it would have been over 300 points.
Yeah, but he wasn't a celebrity,
He
so therefore he
was.
did not qualify. to
And
be
you
in the
did,
game.
he wasn't on your list. It wasn't like he made it on your list,
Right.
and we
shot
took
it
him
down
away.
early.
But I would have
We sh-
called the shot, and it would have
Yeah,
been.
but
over
you
300.
didn't
don't know that.
But you didn't
So,
get to
it was-
because he wasn't a celebrity.
The game was altered against me.
No, it wasn't.
it was.
We
It
did
wasn't
it
against
just.
you. It's by community, and
We do it all the
community shot
time.
you down.
It
We
was-
voted.
Ask Joe how many times Joe picked people from the talkies.
That's
From
right.
the first couple of movies that were made that have talking in them, and we shot those people
That's
down.
right.
It was done nothing more than to spite me.
Not true.
No, it's not
It's
true.
the facts.
He
These
was
are
not a celebrity.
unarguable facts.
These are
What
arguable
players did he
facts.
manage at FSU?
What's that?
What players did he manage at FSU that went pro?
Buster Posey,
Okay, so
Deion
Buster Posey.
Sanders. You ever heard of him?
Both of them very famous. He was their manager. He should be a celebrity.
Two.
That's
Two.
not how that works. You're not. Who's Diddy's manager?
He is
Who's
the
J-Lo's
winningest
manager?
in all of college baseball.
Yeah,
all time.
and none
No
of us
one
knew who he
cares
was
about
until Gio had to tell us. about it.
Gio forgets his name constantly.
Shocker that the non-sports people didn't know
Right.
anything about
Non-sport.
I would
I'm
hardly-
the only one
No,
in this room who
she's a
played
college
college,
athlete.
who played
it. But
college.
you don't
basketball.
follow pro sports.
How often do I go against him? Never.
Yeah.
I think this is one time that.
Nobody in the room
Yeah.
follows sports at all.
I'm back to hating you again.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
No,
Good luck then.
seriously. If during the game we would have all talked about it and picked him, then he would have been qualified. We all voted him out
During the
We've
picks.
done that to Tony plenty of times too, and Tony was like, "I want to take this," and we're like, "We never heard of your Broadway
Right.
actor."
Yeah,
Well,
but
because he picks people like in New York for his local celebrities
right.
and stuff. We're like, who is that?
Yeah.
Your next door neighbor?
Right.
It doesn't make him a celebrity
Cowboy.
So we vote as a
as a whole.
whole.
it was done out of spite
by who? Spite for who?
by you guys, the people I work with.
You're spiteful.
Try picking first. That's spite.
All right, let me grab line one real quick. Medicine Man, how are you doing post hurricane? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, where'd you write it out?
I lived over at Jeff's house.
Yeah.
But my power stayed on where I lived anyway
How do you know you weren't there?
the whole time.
How do you
What?
know? If you weren't there, you were at Jeff's
Okay.
house.
No, I was over at Jeff's house, but believe it or not, my power in my neighborhood stayed on throughout the whole storm.
But how do you know?
But our power went out
Neighbors.
over there.
He doesn't talk to his neighbors.
He's one of those old guys who just stands out in his front yard
He
and
just yells
talks.
at the neighbor. Hey, yeah, power.
Hey,
No, I call people up I know, to see what's going on,
Are you
Like
flooding?
somebody I used to go bowling with.
Is there any flooding over
No
there?
flooding and nothing like that.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, I'm
It
glad.
knocked the hell out of my
Okay.
maple tree. Lost a lot of limbs off of it.
Yeah. Well,
I
I'm.
bet you didn't lose any.
Oh,
Yeah, well-
he's such a nice guy. Why would you talk bad about him? Well, Medicine Man, are you back home now?
So it was, yeah, I'm back home. I've been back home since Friday.
Yeah. I did anything. So you didn't lose anything in your fridge then, I assume.
oof!
No, I didn't.
I wouldn't trust
Just,
that. If you weren't there,
I think you should eat it all today.
Oh, no. I had power on the whole time. I didn't even know. I called my friend Terry, and he lives in my neighborhood, and he said the power stayed on.
Yeah. All
And
right.
I looked on the Florida power map or Duke Energy map. It's I didn't get affected, but then our neighborhood where we stayed at got affected by the storm.
I don't know that I
Yeah,
could
no power. It went
All
off,
right. Thank you, Medicine Man. Goodbye.
It went off.
I don't know that I could look up the Duke Energy map. Like he's way smarter than we give him credit for sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He managed to work through a hurricane by
He knows
himself.
how to make a pipe bomb.
How do you know?
Oh, I know.
Oh jeez.
Why do you know that?
He has
Back
talk
when I
in
used
the
to work at
cookbook.
98 Rock, he's like, make a pipe bomb. Like, he knows.
Well,
He probably has the old anarchist cookbook.
That's right.
Probably.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody had that back in the day.
Uh-huh.
I didn't. I'm a
Is that still out?
I'm sure. I mean, now it's all online, but I remember.
It's not supposed to be.
I feel like everybody had at least one friend that had a copy of that.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what I mean?
and they put out books now how to start a garden from scratch, how to make a light work without batteries and stuff like that, like the survival books.
Yeah.
you know.
And that YouTube.
Yeah.
I found this thing in my
You don't
hurricane
look.
kit that I didn't even know I had. It's how to charge your phone with regular batteries. It fits into your phone, and then you attach the other ends to batteries, and it actually charges your phone.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I know. I don't know if it works, but I have it.
See,
I don't know where I got it.
Yeah, they make a bunch of cool stuff like that. And then when I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this for the next hurricane, for the next hurricane, for the next hurricane. And then I never order it. It just stays in my cart.
Well, we're getting a generator one way or another,
Yeah.
and I'll be happy.
I don't need one. No, I'm kidding.
No, don't say that.
I was going to
Don't
say.
jinx it.
Now, which we were thinking about getting one, but I don't know where I would put it.
Oh, yeah, you got to put it up, too. Where do you put your pig?
I don't have a pig.
Well, you had a pig.
I
I mean,
do.
what happens to him?
I'm assuming Blaine brings him in the house.
Oh, really?
I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he used to live in the house.
Yeah.
But I think since he moved to a different location, he can't have it in the house.
Right.
But I would assume during the storm he would bring it in, which I am texting my intel from Plant City. So
Find out.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be messaging me in a minute to give me all the updates. But Plant City got hit really bad. I had a lot of listeners that hit me up that said, their neighbor's house was completely gone. The roof was gone. The flooding there was really bad. Because you're not expecting it. It's not built for that. So when you get a huge storm like that the surge has no place to go, basically.
I'm surprised it didn't douche Holiday, where Medicine Man is.
Yeah.
It seemed like a flood-prone area.
Right there at Rowan in 54. It's bad.
Is it?
Yeah, they had it closed down when I was over there on Saturday because it was just getting worse and worse. Yeah, flooded.
Well, that's
You
crazy.
couldn't even go that way.
All right, we got to take a break. Our phone numbers, if you want to get through, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. I didn't take any phone calls, not because I don't want to, just because we've been busy yapping all morning. If you got something you need help with, if you want to get through on the phone lines, you got some advice, where there's some food, you want something out there, get on the phone lines now and hit those calls next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Our phone numbers are 727-579-1025
Nope,
or 8.
just 800 now.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank you. You scared me.
Sorry.
800-771-1025. Let's go to Steve on line 2. Steve, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. What's up, Steve?
What's up, guys? Hey, how come you guys don't do a bone on-air talent Deadpool? I mean, Johnny B's going to die of heart disease. You just had a gastric bypass. Drew had cancer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain Spanish has got AIDS. I mean, that'd be a great little pool there to put some money together and everybody bid on, donate the money to charity or something.
I mean, that seems like something you guys should do amongst yourselves, but I get it. We do pick a bone person on the staff that'll be kicked out of the station, and I can't believe nobody.
No, not kicked out. Die.
I get you. I know what you're saying. So put it together. Put it together then. Quit. Now you got to go.
All right.
You got to do it. Well, you got to rely on me to do everything for you.
Speaking of personalities, not affiliated with us, but Liz Wild, who used to be on the air, I guess, Southwest Florida,
I don't
Miami,
really know who
died.
she is. I don't think that she's been popular since the early 90s.
Yeah, probably.
What did she do?
Oh, she died.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh,
Oh.
good one.
Was she wild?
Not anymore.
When I first started
She was
radio
weird.
in
She
Miami,
was
she
mental.
she was on WSHE or rock station.
Was
down
she
there.
on She?
Yeah, she was on She
I
at
love
night.
that station.
And she was pretty good.
When I lived there, T.C. McGuire was on at night.
T.C. McGuire?
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Really?
I worked with
he or
him.
she?
It was big. Did you really?
In Tallahassee, yeah.
I liked him.
He had you were talking about radio voice.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
a radio voice, man.
I won, before I was in radio, I won tickets to go see Saigon Kick at the Cameo Theater in Miami from T.C. McGuire. And he goes, he put me on hold to get my information afterwards. And he goes, I put some music on hold, and he picks it. He goes, all right, buddy, here we go. I need your name, your phone number, and your penis size. And I went, what? Like, I'd not been in radio before. So he goes, I'm just kidding. Yeah, T.C. McGuire.
He just wanted your penis size.
He was nights at WSHE, and I can't remember. Paul Casanova and Paul and Young were on in the morning.
They were on
was
She?
on. Yeah,
Okay,
they were
I
in the
left the
morning
market
show
by then.
and then I don't remember what was on in the afternoons. Or
Randy
any of that.
Rhodes used to be on that way back when, before she went
She
crazy
was
in
on
politics.
IOD.
Yeah, before that she was on She.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her and Liz both.
I didn't know that. Ooh, two broads on one rock station.
Yeah.
Liz, I'd only know because she was mental. I don't know what she suffered from, but she started posting online. She was mad at me for something, or thought that I was mad at her. And I was like, I called her out on it. I go, I met you one time. You came to one of our gigs in Anna Maria Island, or one of those places we played, and your husband came up to me and he was like, hey, do you know Liz Wild? She's a radio DJ and blah, blah. I was like, I kind of know the name. And he's like, she's here and she wants to meet you. I was like, okay. And then I went, oh, I got to go to her. I was like, okay. So I went in the back and met her and talked to her, and she was very nice. And then a couple of years later, she was like, he's mad at me because I saw him at Publix when he was with his wife, and I didn't say hi to them because I was doing something, and he got mad. I'm like, you're out of your mind. I've never been to Publix in Anna Maria Island, and I don't know why I would even recognize you, let alone, I don't know. She's dead. Doesn't matter. No, I'm just saying, there's no sense in getting all mad.
Is there a radio personality in the market that if they died, you'd feel bad or go like, oh, that's
I love Orlando.
Okay.
I like most of the people on that station. I like, I like MJ. I like, basically there's only one that I wouldn't care about, and he's not even in radio.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No, I would be sad for like 2 days if you died. Okay. Like 2 full days.
48 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
48 hours of my wife. This is how sad. 48 hours of my wife going, you okay? And I go, yeah. It's just
Who would you mourn the most on this show?
On this show?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll be first.
Yeah,
probably,
I
Michael.
would say Joe. I would miss Joe the most.
You would miss Carmen the most?
No.
I don't do nothing in his mind.
No, she does a lot, but I don't know. Somebody else could do it.
An unsung hero, all that.
Just wait.
Just say. Clearly we lost one and didn't miss a beat.
Oof.
What are you hoofing about? What does that hoof mean?
Like you said, we lost one and didn't miss a beat.
Right.
Who at the station would you
You're
mourn the
welcome.
most?
Oh, no. At our station?
Yeah. The Bone.
Outside of our show, Roger, JP, I couldn't care less.
We never see him.
Yeah. No, I don't mean couldn't care less. I'm saying it's not like they're going to ruin my day.
Dizzy.
Yeah, I'd miss Dizzy, sure.
Mo.
Nah.
Hot body Mo.
I'd miss Mo. I'm telling you right now, in all seriousness, I'm joking around, but in all seriousness, I was driving the other day and Mo's show started. Spike is funny, man.
He is.
Spike is very but it's funny because he's so stupid he doesn't know he's being funny.
Yeah, he's not trying to be funny.
Right.
It's just happening.
Right. And like his real life Spike is funny.
Yeah.
I was listening to that show and laughing. That show is funny, man.
I love when there's a fake Spike that calls up and talks to real Spike.
Oh, yeah. And there's a confused Spike? Yeah, I bet it does.
I
The
can't.
space-time collapses on
Yeah. It's the multiverse is wild.
Johnny B.
No.
Okay.
I like Johnny, but what are we talking about? Am I going to cry if they die?
Well, you've known him probably like the second longest out of everybody, right?
Yeah, but I know a lot of people.
Okay.
I'm just not a big crier. I'm not a big sad person.
All right, what about the whole building?
Burns to the ground?
You guys
Burns to
doom
the
and
ground.
gloom, man.
Yeah,
who would you mourn
just
for the
went through
whole our building?
devastation.
Jason
Okay.
and obviously Melanie.
And JoJo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Mike would get the baby if she passed.
Yeah, that's true. I'd miss the baby if the baby was JoJo wasn't around. Then I'd probably get the baby.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You guys are doom and gloom, man.
Yeah.
We just survived
Well, we just got
tragedy
through 2 storms in 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
Now we're
Let's just
killing
be
off people.
thankful.
Who would you miss the most?
at the station.
Yeah.
Nobody really.
Right, okay. Go back in action.
I got my own stuff to worry about,
Right,
man.
that's what I'm saying. Are there people that if they died in all seriousness, of course I'd be sad. But has anybody died since we've been there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone just very recent. Are you serious?
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I honestly wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking
How
'cause
quickly?
You want to know why? You don't want to know because I'll tell you the honest truth. In my head, when you talk about the bone, I think of the air side, and I don't think of the other side. That's why I
Yeah.
totally was thinking.
That
Oh
was
yeah,
a huge part.
yeah. That guy was a big deal. I
Yeah.
was sad.
All this brings
I'll
me
give you
down.
that. So that's perfect. I was sad
Yeah.
for 2 days. I felt terrible.
Are we talking about Hoppy? I'm just playing.
No.
playing.
Wait, don't. He's not dead, is he?
I don't want
To us,
anybody.
he is.
No, Hoppy's not dead now.
Okay.
He
I don't
texted
want
me
anybody
yesterday.
to die.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
For what?
Yes.
He said
Yeah, I
that.
can't believe you still talk to him.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, for all the crap he talks about me.
I know.
And yet you
He
still
did
talk
it.
to
He
him.
did it to himself.
He did it to himself. It was self-inflicted. He said, "You sounded good, bro," on via text.
Oh, so he still listens.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God he's giving you the thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
As a
needed that seal of
professional-
approval.
You may continue your
As a-
radio career, Michael.
Yeah.
As a pro to an amateur, you got the
Can I be
green
honest with
light.
you about something?
Huh.
I'm mad at him
Yeah.
because I don't care that he doesn't work here. I'm mad at him that he talks so much crap about me. But with the opening, I actually thought he'd be a good fit to replace Spanish.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to reach out to him.
No.
Who?
You better.
Hobby.
Oh.
You shut your mouth.
I think about it.
No.
All right.
If anything, Dizzy, I think, would be a good.
He's got other jobs. He's got things he's got going on.
Now I'll quit on any of them. Tell me. Tell me right now.
I was like, you have to run your decision by Galvin.
No, I don't.
You should. Based
Don't you
on that opinion.
Don't you think that I feel like the relationship between Galvin and Hoppy would make for good radio?
Oh, I quit.
Yeah. Well, you won't be here.
Yeah.
I mean, like you don't have to see him every day.
Oh no, I quit.
How do I reach out to him? You want to reach out to him?
Text him right
You
now.
would have him over here, Michael.
All right, text him.
Exactly.
What do you want me to say?
Have him over here in your house.
Text him and say, well, what if we had Carmen come here and Hoppy run the board?
Okay.
But I
That
don't
would
know.
go so messed up.
Oh, Dizzy's about to jump out the window.
Yeah, I'm shutting this down immediately.
Exactly. Thank you.
What? Just say if we were to get this pushed through and make this happen, would he be interested?
Listen,
Oh my God.
Listen to me. You want to replace somebody with somebody that they were like, so that the keel of the station stays even.
Messed up.
Listen, I'm over this.
No.
We're done here. We're done here.
oh, Dizzy, shut the show down.
There you go, Dizzy.
If we were to get you rehired and on the Mike Calta Show, would you be interested?